Guys, bago tayo bumalik ulit sa ating second round of the Axie Creator Cup Tournament. Creators Cup, nakakabulol yun ha. Bago tayo bumalik, meron tayong maliit na pakulo. Right here with us, let us call in Boarknock and Eruption!
What's up, what's up?
Hello, hello, hello sa inyo.
Alright.
We're gonna play a game, guys, ha?
Okay, okay,
Pero
wala.
first, nice to meet you again.
Nice to
Diba?
meet
Fist bump naman dyan, diba?
you.
Boom.
Congrats.
Hindi na ako maghuhugas.
Excited
ng
kami.
ilang taon.
Ayan, diba? Wala
Hindi
na.
ko na paghuhugasin to.
Oy, wash your hands nga, diba? Sabi
Yes,
nila.
yes.
Wash your hands. Shoulder na lang.
Ah,
Yan.
Diba? Diba? Ganon?
Hindi nila alam kung ano yung game natin, guys. And for today, we are playing Guess That Axie.
Guess that, Axie. Oo nga eh.
Oo nga eh.
Wala akong masyadong alam sa
Napakadali lang nito, guys. May papakita ko sa inyo. And you will just have to guess the breed of our Axie.
Okay.
Okay, meron
Alright.
akong mga props
Sana
dito,
madali.
guys.
Sana.
Konti lang to.
Alright.
Okay. For my first pick, hawak ko na ang ating first question, ha?
Okay.
Kapag nagkamali kayo, you're gonna have to choose one of these jelly beans. This is the bean boozled, ah.
Alam
You know
ko
what
yan.
bean boozled is?
Yung-
Nako po.
Parang sour or...
Merong masarap, okay? Merong masarap, merong hindi. 50-50 chance
Parang
to.
ako lang masarap.
Wow.
Sana masarap.
Pwede rin hindi.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to choose two. And then half of them, strawberry, ganyan. Pero yung others, dirty socks, spoiled
Medyas!
milk. Hindi masyadong masarap yon. So, swertihan na lang ha. 2 jelly beans ha, kung magkamali kayo.
Okay.
Okay.
Paunahan muna, gaganyan kapag sa tingin nyo kayong unang sasagot.
Okay. Alright. Here we
1,
go.
2, 3.
Yep. Paanong...
Yeah, what are we gonna describe here?
ano yun? Lahat ng body part?
Hindi, breed.
Breathe?
Type.
Type.
Siguro sa kulay na lang siguro, bro.
Don?
Mali. Oh, kaya na.
Grabe naman mahirap pa. Kahit ito yung first.
Mahirap
Ano,
talaga.
hybrid?
Kain.
Hybrid to eh.
Okay, masarap to.
Oh, 2 pieces, 1 by 1. Go.
2 pieces?
Mag-isip ka na.
Oo nga, nag-iisip ako eh.
Kakainin na.
Go.
Okay, first.
Masarap. Anong lasa?
Ano?
911.
Tubig, please. Tubig.
What does it taste like?
Was that
Sana ito.
matamis ba or anong lasa?
Kadiri yung sa
Ay,
Ano ang lasa? Parang gym?
Lasang medyas nga. Totoo nga ang balita, guys.
totoo nga eh. Medyas daw eh.
Ikaw, Eruption, may
Okay.
hula ka?
Well, can I just pass? Para hindi ako kakain yan?
Hindi
Or do I
po.
have to?
You have
Kailangan
to.
sumagot. Okay.
Actually, since you have an answer already, do we choose the same Axie or a different one?
Same.
Same? O, same daw.
Okay. So, bird?
Hindi.
Kasi yung mukha niya eh. Ano? Hindi? Tama? No?
No.
Wait. Isa o dalawa din?
Basta ako.
Dalawa.
Pwede ka na sagutin ulit.
Okay.
Mek.
Tama!
I knew it!
Binulong niya. Ikaw naman eh. Alam mo na dapat
Binulong
hindi
ko,
ka
bird.
nakikinig eh.
Bird. Gano'n nangyari. Oy, masarap to. Actually, gusto ko talaga kumain.
Okay, ganun nga
Tama
kayo.
yung pinili ko eh.
Sarap na medyas, guys. Sarap na medyas.
I think madaya to, yung puti. Kala mo masarap kasi...
O, try natin.
Yup.
O, parang sa'yo. Ba't ko ito ginawa? Game. No, this is mine. I'll
That's
eat
yours.
with you.
Tigisa. Ayan.
I'm not going for the white one. Okay, ito.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers!
Uy!
Uy, masarap din! Same!
Oh my God!
Oh my!
Sarap guys!
Tissue!
Panalo ako!
Parang panis na gata.
Chamba ako today talagang.
Parang tissue!
Grabe naman.
Guys, totoo!
Pinagbigyan
Tissue
mo.
and tsaka tubig please!
Kasi yung tubig ko. Ikaw naman, sa'yo pa napunta yung maganda.
Sorry, kaya mo yan. Tubig lang. Yep.
No. Just
Yung
the water.
puti.
Pero mamaya na. Wala tayong winner, guys. Magsa-second round na tayo. Kuya, please. Thank you. Second round
Ay, kuya.
tayo. Let's take it away, casters. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you later. Shout out sa inyong lahat.
Back just in time. Always hard to gauge when those are going to end, Mr. Theben.
Yep. That was a weird mech, I'll tell you that much.
It sure was. How are you, buddy? Did you enjoy your break? Are you refreshed? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling ready for our lower bracket to take place?
Yeah, I definitely am. It's going to be... I mean, I'm going to feel sad. You know, some of these guys are going to be eliminated now. But at the end of the day, you can't be too sad going home with at least 10 AXS, right? Like, 8th and 7th
True.
is getting 10 A. That's a nice, you know, going home gift for you.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And our next matchup, can we pull up the bracket again, production? I know we had it up during that whole break, but we've got a lot of new viewers. We got a lot of people cycling in and out. And thank you again, Yassi, for hosting that icebreaker. We'll have more of those coming, so we'll get to see our talent and test their knowledge as the event continues. But yeah, the double elimination action will continue, and we are indeed going down into lower bracket round 1. And this is going to be best of 3 once again. And as you already mentioned, this is elimination, buddy. This is going to be the beginning of some sad eyes, where
Hold on.
2 people will be going.
Did I
home.
hear best of 1?
No, did I say best of 1? I meant to say best of 3. I think
Okay, you
that
scared me for
conversation
a
we had
second.
earlier about Dota with the best of 1s, I'm scarred from all those years of covering Dota 2 with the best of 1, lower bracket
Even at
round
TI.
1. I can't believe I had that slip. That's how deeply it's rooted in my brain. I'm just used to lower bracket opening with that best of 1, like you lost, sorry, see you later. No, it's all best of 3. That's our benchmark here. So good catch though, Theben. Again, you're paying attention, man. I love that.
I always am. You know, I'm here to catch you whenever you slip up, Z. That's my job.
I need it. I need catch me when I fall. That's we're doing like a digital trust fall right now. I love it.
Yeah.
So our first matchups in the lower bracket, round 1. Here you go. This is the lower bracket. So double elimination for us here. Boarknock versus Myrtle. That's going to be the first one we're going to jump into next. Then it's going to be Cha versus Kookoo. Still can't believe we've got Boarknock and Kookoo in the lower bracket
Exactly.
already. This is going to be a tough matchup for Myrtle, though. I think she had a pretty good go up in the uppers against Moymoy. She did go 2-1 and almost took the 3rd game. Going to be tough against Boarknock, though. Definitely the underdog coming into this one, and this is where we're going to need to see Myrtle maybe be a little unpredictable. I'm curious if she's going to run that same set of Axies, if she's going to switch it up. She definitely does have a very meta team that could bring us an upset here. If Myrtle were to beat Boarknock in lower bracket round 1 and eliminate him as one of the first ones out, it would be a hell of an upset. Upset isn't even like, it's such an understatement. It doesn't even begin to describe what that would be like.
Yeah, exactly. I think, like, again, everyone was like hoping for Boarknock to go really far in this tournament. He's got a long ways to go for sure, like from the lower bracket. I think the other matchup is a little bit tougher. Kookoo, he's got that Gravelan Axie, and if Cha is only playing the Buntanas, I think she might be in a little bit of trouble here. And also, it felt like Cha was probably the most nervous out of all our talents in this tournament so far. So maybe she can get rid of those nerves, like things will look better for her.
I would agree. But here we go. Boarknock versus Myrtle. Let's do it. Let's load this one up. Let's put it in the cannon. Look at these killers right here. Absolute stunners. I love this overlay. I love the music. I love the, what do you call this? Like the freeze frame style. It's like pictures that almost look like a little movie. I love it.
I like it too. It's very cool. I think this is going to be a lot closer than you would think. Myrtle, you know, I feel like she knows what she's doing, and she's got some really strong Axies as well.
Oh, yeah. Myrtle looks innocent. Look at her right now. She's trying to psych him out. She's trying to get in Boarknock's head. She's trying to look like she's just this innocent cosplayer, but really, she's a killer. She's got very impressive Axies, and she knows how to use them.
And for Boarknock, like, that first series was a wake-up call for him, right?
Yeah.
Like, just he got. I mean, it was kind of close games, but at the same time, it really wasn't either because it felt like Eruption just had like all the cards that he needed in every single situation. So we'll see. Maybe Boarknock decides to run his best team. Maybe he has one of those and he just wasn't showing it quite yet.
True. I hear some maniacal laughter in the background. I don't know if that's through production.
They're
or
having
if
so
you can
much
hear it on the
fun, and
stream.
we're just
But
here.
I seriously, dude, I'm having such crazy FOMO. It's 11:30 p.m. here. I'm sitting on a mountain in the middle of Colorado, talking to my computer by myself, and we could be in the Philippines laughing it up with these amazing talent and this amazing production crew. I just love seeing this set, dude. I mean, if this is like the tip of the iceberg for Axie Esports, I can't wait to see the stage that we're able to build when the Axie World Finals happen. But here you go. What do we got here?
Wow, Myrtle's got a immortal plan with Pocky in the back with double bugs. That right there, that's an S tier team right there.
And she's got
Myrtle.
Scarab as well. This is actually a pretty rare card. There's not going to be any healing on the side of Boarknock, but Scarab has decent numbers on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of control in this deck.
I had no idea Myrtle had her Axie pool was this deep. This is a sick, nasty team right here. The Sando will come out turn 1 from Boarknock. He's very fortunate there was no snail shell there. Oh, the big crit, 165 damage.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, he's so
Boarknock.
mad.
The tilt is real. He's still tilted from that first series. All right, Myrtle, don't feel too bad for him. This is a big opportunity. Must seize the day. Remember, only best of 3 here. There's the green room. You can see the talent. Also very excited to see a meaningful crit come out and maybe tip the scales here. Will the fan favorite Boarknock get RNG'd out of this tournament? Game 1 of this series. Let's go.
And that snail shell is pretty huge. The hair gonna pop the snail shell. That bird is stunned. That bird doesn't have a 0 cost, Zayori. So that means it's gonna be very hard to be able to remove that stun without, wasting an energy essentially.
Very costly.
Yeah, both sides don't have any cards left in their hands now though. And it looks like Boarknock is just gonna whip it.
Just gonna go straight for it.
Yep, exactly. Get the double pockies out there too after removing the stun. Doesn't want to get his cards discarded because those are big damage cards from the bird.
Yeah, Myrtle suffering here from just the lack of card options. She's going to play the hot butt, and that'll finish off the frontliner, I believe.
The problem with this Immortal plant is that it still has 2 plant cards into this bugs, right? And they don't do a whole lot of damage against the bugs. And Myrtle, you look at her hand on her face right now. She knows this feels so bad, like not having any shield on that bug in this turn.
It is going to survive. Both sides completely out of cards, so it's going to be down to this card draw.
The sandal, the second sandal is here.
You can see the excitement. No poker face on Boarknock whatsoever.
Oh, Myrtle,
dear.
what you gonna do? Like, as soon as this bug falls, Myrtle's gonna have such a tough time getting through Boarknock's bug. Like, the Pockies are the only ones that do optimal damage into that bug. The hot button, the zigzag is not gonna do too hot. And then the double talk bird with the Pocky is just such a menace for this plant too. Yikes. That's it.
Okay. Wow. And I can see why Boarknock's so excited as well, because Myrtle getting that crit, it's like the swing of emotions, right? You go from feeling very unlucky to feeling, maybe lucky isn't the right word, but certainly feeling positive about your situation here.
Yeah. So Boarknock right now is just like trying to play it very chill, just try to do some damage, chip away, like keep this bug alive as long as he can.
All right, don't look at him, Myrtle. Don't let him get in your head. Like I like it. She's got the right idea. She's got the IRL blinders on. She's just focused on the game, looking at the phone, not going to take heed to the Boarknock taunts here. It's bad enough that you're probably going to lose game 1. Don't let the tilt get to you either. So I think she's going to play out here and do what she can.
Boarknock. Oh, look at this bug. You just tickle him.
It
just
doesn't
tickle
do
him.
anything. Yeah. I mean, the Pocky's a slightly different story, I suppose, but the rest of it.
Oh, and
no
a crit! The
And now she
188
feels
crit.
she feels it right back the other way. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Boarknock. All right, buddy.
This is
I mean,
that's Axie for you. It's a very emotional game, Theban.
yeah. There is gonna be a turn where Boarknock is gonna need to pass and let his bug kind of die so that he can get four energy on that bird, so he can go like double talk Pocky, double talk Pocky.
Yeah. This is actually not awful for Myrtle. Like, she's kind of hanging in there. Doesn't have a zigzag here, which is slightly unfortunate. But you're kind of right. Like, the discard is just not anything now. She's just playing out all of her cards. And
Oh, another crit!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He gets another one, and another one. All right. Well, now unfortunately, poor Myrtle might rightfully be feeling the tilt a little bit.
And
Team no tilt over here. Boarknock has now he's now standing while he dances.
Yeah.
Whew.
And here's where Boarknock is just going to pass his turn. He's got 2 double talks. He just wants to let that bug die.
Okay.
And the
there
game
it is.
Over.
Yeah, you called it completely. She does get the zigzags now, but not going to make any difference, I don't think. Going to have plenty of damage. He's got the double talks as well. A nice, clean kill here. So a wild game one, a roller coaster of critical strikes. And I guess to be fair, quote unquote, Myrtle started it. She did draw that first crit, and it turns out that Boarknock saw that crit and then raised the ante and upped it one. So,
she was the instigator.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think although this is a very powerful team, what Myrtle has is just a bad matchup into these double bugs. Myrtle might want to just change out that plant or play one of her other teams instead. These bugs are just too annoying, especially because Boarknock is playing the one with the Sandal. The Scarab one obviously has less impact versus the Sandal, the big bug splat damage. What is it, like 188 damage or something?
I was just going to say it's somewhere in the 180s, so it's almost
crazy.
at 190. It's a staggering amount of damage. Yeah, it's borderline unplayable. So, well, a noble effort from Myrtle there, but we know that she's got the Axies to switch it up here in game 2, but the question is, will that be too predictable? And maybe a showing there why Scarab is not super popular, even though it did get buffed in Season 19, where now it lasts 2 rounds. We're not really seeing that much healing. Like, so far today, we haven't seen a single double anemone. We haven't seen a single rosebud. No mushrooms. Like, healing is really not, it's not in right now. It's not popular. I guess Zigzag is healing. That's the one we've seen.
Right. It's a lot better in arena than it is in tournament gameplay. What you can say. Yeah, like arena teams versus tournament teams, typically they're completely different in terms of what's strong and what's not. Where in arena, like, you're just trying to get, a little bit over 50% win rate, right? And as long as you have that, like, you should be able to climb up. Where in tournament gameplay, it's more about like thinking about what your opponent's playing, countering that team, and like trying to put the best possible team you can make with the Axie pool that you do have. Instead of just picking something that is like just good on average. You and I have talked about this at like another tournament we covered. I think it's Construct versus Arena is just a completely different sort of ball game. Arena, you're just playing highest expected value against whatever you're seeing the most in your bracket, right? If you're seeing mostly Aquas, then play something that counters Aquas. If you're playing against Birds, same kind of strategy. But here in Construct, it's much more about reading your opponent, looking at that pool. That they only have 9 Axies here, so you have a decent idea of at least what their options are. And you might be able to look and say, well, he didn't even bring any healing to this tournament, outside of a couple of immortal plants here and there. Match Is this game 2 ready to start? Here we go. Production brings us in right on time. Oh, and Myrtle goes back for the mech. I wonder if these are the only 2 teams she has, because she's running plants again into the bugs. And it's just horrible matchup, honestly. So now she picks up a Sandal, and the Biden's not going to help so much. Not unwinnable, though. I guess you're not a big fan of this mech in the back, but
It's got Arco, right? So that's pretty good in theory for the 1v1 matchup potential.
Some really good damage coming out onto that
Huge damage.
bug right now. And if Myrtle decides to, can actually throw out a few of the mech cards, get rid of that bug. But at the same time, she's thinking, okay, what if there's a fish snack there or like +1 armor card? Like, I'm going to need to use 3 attacks to kill it. So maybe it's just worth passing in this turn.
Yeah, this is always where it gets complicated, right? If I were Myrtle right now, I'd be thinking to myself, okay, that was a great round 1. We got a lot of damage in, but now you're at a 3 energy deficit. And it gets a little testy. Like, you get afraid of the brick wall, you want to kill it, but you don't want to overplay. There's also a world where he sacks it and plays a bunch of damage on the back line that you want to be afraid of. I always find this situation kind of hard to read, despite often feeling like I made the right play to get here. And Myrtle's going to do it. She's going to play out her energy. She finds the kill.
Interesting.
And now it's going to be 2-7 in total energy count. So who has the advantage here? Who's in a better spot?
I still think Boarknock is in a better spot because he didn't lose any cards on that frontline Axie. It was like a 1 watering can, right? So he's got all the resources in terms of energy and the cards in his hand right now. And Myrtle is running on fumes. She's at 2 energy.
And she doesn't have any energy gain or manipulation or steal either. That's like one of the weaknesses of this lineup.
Oh my goodness, this big damage coming through. But Myrtle is going to be able to draw 3 cards. I'm just not so sure if I like that double zigzag play. Because Boarknock is going to kill off this plant. And Myrtle is still stuck at 2 energy.
And you can see the reaction. It looks like she might have deduced that the zigzags were not bound to do so much there.
Exactly.
And now we're in this kind of precarious situation. She's going to dump a huge damage into this brick.
Yikes. That's a big yikes for me.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty unfortunate. This is a big win for
Just
Boarknock
for
right
crits.
here. Oh, take us back. Let's see the crits.
Okay, it's alright. We don't need to see the crits. We already can tell from the
Oh my gosh.
reactions that Boarknock's the one who gets the crit here. Oh my goodness, double crits! The
What
plan
in
is
the world?
deleted.
What are we seeing? This is unbelievable. Game 2, he gets an unbelievable string of crits. I mean, again, sort of as you mentioned, like he's in the better situation here either way, but those are very impactful crits, and getting them back to back. I mean, that cut screen right there might have been the most appropriate demonstration of the emotions when playing Axie Infinity, from ultimate highs to ultimate lows.
What?
My gosh,
What
poor
is that?
Myrtle. Poor Myrtle.
Myrtle's on full tilt, man. She also played the Bidens and the hot butt along with it too.
I mean, I can't blame her. I would be on full tilt right now also. I have definitely been there. And that's the thing about crits, right? Even in those moments, like when they're not that impactful, it still feels really bad and it wears you down. Like, you know that feeling of being a pro gamer. You're on the stage. There's eyes watching you. Every little misplay or every unlucky moment, it's like death by 1,000 cuts. And it can start to add up and get to you a little bit.
Honestly,
and, I've totally been there, man.
I'll tell you one thing. Like, I don't feel like Myrtle was completely out of it. Maybe there was a chance that Boarknock wasn't going to have the combo and she could have gone for like a double Arco play, kill off the bug, speed up and try to kill the bird. But at the end of the day, you know, he had it anyway. And yeah, I mean, it was just really bad mashup. And Boarknock, look at him. He's having fun.
He really is. I'm glad to see him loving it. The fan favorite coming in, living up to the reputation. Very nice, and some good sportsmanship there as they touch hands. Well played, Myrtle. Well played, Boarknock. Honestly, I think it was a good performance by Myrtle. All of her series were very tight. Both of them were well played, and I think you're right. We saw 2 comps out of her. It felt like she might not have had a third that she was very comfortable with, and when you're playing Axie at this high level, even if you have really good meta Axies, sometimes the matchup reigns supreme compared to the meta, and we definitely saw it there. So well played, though. Great to see a competitive series here in the lower bracket, and Boarknock will move on, and then that will set us up for our next series. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, Myrtle will be the first one being eliminated. 10 AXS though. 10 AXS.
Not
Still
bad.
very
dude.
good.
Not bad for playing a little bit of Axie Infinity. Plus, you get to hang out in the studio, get a little bit of free food. There's some nice catering, I've been told. Get to hang out with your fellow talent as well.
Damn.
And, meet some other folks in the Axie Infinity space.
I could use some sisig right about now, thinking about the Philippines.
Yeah. So we need to fill this in as well. Boarknock has another challenger, but we need to bring him down from the upper bracket there. So we'll get production on it. We'll get our esports manager to get that bracket updated. We got to make sure we do the switch as well, right? When you go down to the lower bracket, you got to switch the matchups to make sure you don't get the repeats. Very important. I've seen tournaments make that mistake, and we're not making that mistake today, Theban. We're not going to do it. We know better.
Yeah, we know better. I hope.
We certainly do. So there you go. Next up, we got Cha versus Kookoo, the other matchup that we were surprised to see Kookoo get knocked down to this lower bracket. Cha's going to have a hell of a challenge ahead of her, but she's got some good Axies. We saw the Bug Tenna earlier, but I think she's got a few others in her arsenal.
Bun Tenna.
Yeah.
I think you called it Bug Tenna.
Did I say bug?
I mean, technically, there is a bug with the antennas.
I was thinking
a bug
fun
card.
tenna, really, and that's kind of what
Fun
tripped me
tenna,
up.
anti-fun tenna. Yeah, that sounds more like it. I like that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for her. The game plan should be to always keep that bug alive. Like, you can get through the first two Axies pretty easily. If you get into the 1v1 with the Gravelanter with your backliner, you're in a lot of trouble. But I think Kookoo did bring multiple teams, right? So we'll see what he will be playing. At the end of the day, I feel that Buntennas always have the option, or not the option, but the ability to win games. Like, it's just such a strong composition with so much control available.
So it looks like she does have another lineup that she's fairly comfortable with. It's a pretty classic plant tank with a hot butt Sirius and Pumpkin. It looks like there's a Dusk with Kestrel, Greenthorns, Tiny Turtle, and Hotbutt. Yep, Disablesaur, that's what it's called. And there's a bug with there. So it's Sandal, Pincer, Parasite, and Fish Snack. So I think that's the other one that she's got aside from the Fun Tennas. And we'll see. So what do you think? Is that how do you feel about that relative to what Kookoo's got? I mean, is the Disablesaur, like, it's got a cool name? Is it actually as good as it sounds? I guess is really what
it's really strong. It's really strong. It's only weak against, say, poison teams, and it doesn't look like any of our participants are playing poison. So I think that's a team that she can go to. It's just a matter of whether she feels comfortable with it or not. I'm more concerned about Cha just, like, being too nervous, honestly.
Yeah?
Like, having watched that first series of hers, I feel like she's been the most nervous and the one who is second guessing herself constantly. So if she can, shed that, then I think we're going to see a really nice series here. Okay.
All right,
Turn
round one. Yeah,
ooh,
already
big
into
bug
it.
flat.
Ooh, it's a scared frontliner and a disabled frontliner on Cha's side. A lot of discard going to come out in this first turn. So getting caught up here. This is Cha's Bug Tenna. I said Bug Tenna again. Fun Tenna team. We saw this one earlier. Triple antenna, triple cute bunny.
And she is going to go for the kill onto this bug. It looks like she will be able to get it. Unfortunately, her backliner will be stunned, but does have a Nemo to be able to remove that stun later on. A very interesting backline from Kookoo now. He's replaced it with a Pincer, Parasite, Snail Shell, Hot Butt backliner. It's kind of like a Terminator, And
it's a big black yak. I love that. With the sunglasses. I mean, that is a stylish Axie right there.
Yeah. I got something similar to that with, like, a sandal, like the overall look of it. I love it. But I have a scar instead of the sunglasses. That's one of the better ones too. Oh, doesn't actually get the kill on the bug.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate. Like, that's gonna take another turn. Plus, that there's a snail shell on that bug too. You could possibly get another Axie, stunned up, which would feel awful here.
Yeah.
I mean, Kookoo should definitely... I mean, does he want to? I feel like putting up a snail shell here could be a good way to slow down the opponent, but at the same time, he's thinking about getting through that frontline tank.
Both sides very stalwart here. This is a pretty tense moment, actually. Cha with the stunned backliner as well, sort of limited on her options. How do you feel about the double snail shell just overall? Like, I feel like that's not something I see very commonly.
Right. So it's a pretty cool way to play because you got the double discards and the snail shells. So when you're discarding your opponent, they lose their hand and then they get an Axie stun. Now they need to use another card to also remove the stun. So such a annoying comp. Oh, the antennas though. This is huge. Kookoo, he's thinking about whether he should just run his cards into this bug, but look at his hand. Like, if there's a fishknack play here, it's gonna get stunned anyway. So he's gonna do the other way around, where he plays a Pocky first and then the goldfish after. He protects his energy, and if he gets stunned, then Cha is gonna break that stun for him with the attack that comes next.
It would appear that Cha is in a bit of a sticky situation. Considering the options here, we're only in round 4, but Kookoo does make the right call.
Yeah, this is really smart play here. Covering the fishknack, possibly. Chop, double Buntenas on the midline. So now Kookoo, he's not worried about any energy being stolen. He could just casually pass this turn if he wants to. There's like literally nothing for him to fear.
This is that nasty combo, though. The fish snack on top of the cute bunny. Unfortunately, no speed sandwich, though, for Cha right now. So,
yeah, but that's okay. There was a chance Kookoo might have had a single fear left on that shrimp, but he's covering it with the 2 pincers at the end here. So next turn, that shrimp will be able to attack first. He is throwing out that goldfish right now. It's not going to do too much damage, though, because of the fishknack there and the shield that it puts up. Good solid damage into that. And the
is this winnable for Cha right now?
It's possible. Definitely still possible.
This is such a weird matchup. Like, I'm having trouble. It definitely feels like Kookoo has the advantage.
Yeah,
and it feels like a pretty damn big one.
If Kookoo goes with this lamb and then shrimp and then lamb, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, right? How much energy does he have? So yeah, it's kind of weird for me that he's going with the lamb into the hot butt, because you can just delete this bug right now and not let it play any cards whatsoever while still holding on to your hot butt. Yeah, there it is. He does play the lamb. Yeah, he should remove that hot butt now, play the second lamb too. So you cover the fishknack play, you make sure that bug dies, and then you start to store up cards on your backliner. Wow, okay, so he gets
big damage.
He gets really fortunate. He actually ends up killing that bug. No fishknack. Gets the kill with the shrimp. And now gets the hot button to the next Axie. Yeah, Charles definitely in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah. And again, we talked about this earlier, but this lineup very much about the chain ability across all of these skills. So the antenna and the cute bunny certainly don't feel good in even just the 1v1 scenario, let alone a 1v2. You know, having Nemo is nice, but this is tough.
Yeah. So the secret behind Buntenna teams is you need both your midliner and your backliner to stay alive. Too, and you gotta like win the game with that, because like you said, like you gotta be able to chain off each other, right? The antenna and the cute bunny. So anytime you play against antennas and ladder, you get through the first 2 Axies, you're probably winning the game.
And we'll find the kill on the midliner there from Kookoo.
Gets another discard.
And the demoralizing critical. There it is. You see Cha, she laughs. You can see the face. She's like, of course. Of course. We're in this situation. The crit comes out. Just what I needed. I guess the discard from Kookoo at this point has gotten us now to like Cha having limited options, but now there's no cards to be discarded.
Well, one good thing for Cha here is that she's gonna use both of her cute bunnies this turn before she gets hot butted.
True.
So, I mean, silver lining, I guess. But it's so tough because you got the bone sail, it doesn't do too much damage against the bug either. The antenna is only 80 damage. This bug also has a snail shell, so you're gonna be stunned.
I guess
later.
you have a 0 cost, which is nice for dealing with stuns. And I mean, oh my gosh, another critical. Not that it matters at all, but still, the wild crits are coming out. It's getting wily here. With all the discard, like you have this plethora of energy and you just have no options to play anything. And she gets unlucky and actually draws another cute bunny. So I think this is kind of it. Might actually survive one more round, but
yeah.
Kookoo doesn't do much damage either, but he is going to whittle her away.
Exactly. It's going to be a slow, painful death. We're going to be in Blood Moon next turn as well. Cha is going to get through this shield, do a little bit of damage, and not have to worry about the stun, but again, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's so much, bug damage on this bug that this Dusk is not going to stand a chance. Rough.
The stuns are brutal. A slow death indeed. This should be the last one, though. And we're going to get into Blood Moon now anyhow. So Cha going to be out of options here. And it looks like Kookoo will secure game 1. Again, it's a best of 3 here. This is an elimination series. Round 1 of the lower bracket. So not over yet for Cha. Still an option to bring this back. We have certainly seen a 2-0 sweep to bring back a best of 3 before. Not unprecedented.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for Cha is that she doesn't have a cattail frontliner. That would be so helpful for her, especially against a team like this that has Pincer Parasite on both the front and the back. You're constantly getting discarded. Like a cattail would just, offset that. So you always have your resources.
Well, she'll play out and do what she can here. And now Kookoo will finally have the damage. There it is. Game number 1 goes Kookoo's way. A great reaction from him as well. Big smiles. And honestly, it looks like a sense of relief. I mean, even though it got a little one-sided towards the end, big smiles from Cha as well. Whew. Relief to be out of that one, I'm sure. A tense situation. Axie's stressful, man. I couldn't imagine playing Axie on a stage like that. It's stressful enough just playing from home and losing MMR, playing with money on the line and people watching, and the two of us analyzing every little thing that you're doing. It's a lot of pressure, dude.
Honestly,
a lot of pressure. You've been in that seat many a time, so you know better than I do.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, in Axie too, like I played in multiple tournaments already, having people. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of pressure. Like it's not like Dota where with under all the chaos of all the crazy stuff happening, like people are gonna miss your mistakes, right? And you're gonna be okay with that. And you're just like, everybody makes mistakes, but in Dota, but like here, it's like you have so little room to make mistakes. And when you make one, it's like super obvious, right? And it just feels so bad, and it comes back on you tenfold. It's not like Dota where you can just blame your teammates. You can only blame yourself at the end of the day, and that feels even worse. To be honest, true. I would love to see you on that stage. I just want to see the expressions that you're going to be making when you're playing. Like if you get critted, or you messed up somewhere, or your Axie dies.
Dude. I would love it. I mean, that's if we were on site, dude, we could have done like a little talent show match or something. We could have done like a final boss challenger. I've always wanted to try to set up the Kookoo versus Kookoo show match, the Dota 2 Kookoo, KU, because he actually does have Axies and plays Axie. And then obviously, as we just saw, we've got our Axie Kookoo, KOO. I want to have a show match where they battle for the name. Who is the real Kookoo, man?
I got a story for you about that.
Really?
So I was talking to Kookoo, right? And Dota 2 Kookoo. And I was like, he told me like he was invited, and I'm like, dude, play. I'm like, just go play. Like, I'll help you. Like, I'll coach you, I'll make sure you're ready. He's like, nah, I'm going to get destroyed. I'm like, nah, just do it. It's just one day, just go and play. And then he's like, I can't. March is gonna get mad at me. So he decided that he wasn't gonna do it. That's good though. He's focused on Dota. Right, they're doing very well. He's gotta take care of his craft, and that's fair.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Officially, he told me that he was very interested, appreciated the opportunity, but he had Dota stuff he had to focus on because, as we've gone back to, man, it's a team game, so you can't let your team down. I was just rewatching The Last Dance, the Bulls and Michael Jordan documentary, and that part towards the end where Dennis Rodman just disappears, and they're like, "Where is he?" And then he just shows up in professional wrestling and is just like wrestling Hulk Hogan and could totally get injured, just like has to play in the playoffs the next day. And then he gets back and they interview him. He just goes, "Yeah, that's just some Dennis stuff right there." It's like, man, what a badass. We oh man, I can't wait till we have an Axie documentary like that, like The Last Dance. Watch somebody's journey to make it to the Axie World Finals or something. Get all the behind the scenes scoop. Like we need our True Sight, our version of that for Axie. I can't wait.
I think there will be a lot of inspiring stories there to a point where we're just gonna be like, okay, this is too many inspiring stories.
That's true. A lot of journeys indeed. But we are going to have game 2 of this series coming up momentarily. Of course, we'll hop in as soon as the players are ready to rock and roll. Shouldn't be too much longer. The lower bracket, man, it's bittersweet. It's exciting from a viewership perspective because it's all on the line. But it's a little bit of a heartbreaker. Somebody does have to go home early, and it's always a little sad to see.
Yeah, you're right. It's never easy to just like, even in this, like it's kind of like a show match, not really, because none of these players are like professional players or something that have been competing on the top of the leaderboards or something like that. But at the end of the day, they're all competitors at heart, right? Mm-hmm. Like they had to go through so many things to become the best in what they do to begin with, right? And it takes a lot of girth, to be able to get there. So they're all gonna feel bad, when they get eliminated. Like even if they seem all happy and smiley and whatnot, like there's a part of them inside that just dies.
Yeah. It's true. And that's like, if you enjoy playing games, you probably, especially games like this, you enjoy competition, and that's probably just like innate in your psyche. And you're absolutely right. It kicks in. My one experience playing on the stage was at Captain's Draft 4, the LAN that my old company did. And we did a show match, and a bunch of people overslept. So we had to use a bunch of staffers and talent. And I got to play, and it was ability draft. And a lot of the people didn't really know what the good combinations were. And I got fairly lucky and drafted a really good set. And I got to play carry. And it was an amazing feeling to be like, 12-2 in a Dota game when there's 500 people in the audience cheering when you get a kill. Like I had one experience in my life where I got a little tiny taste of what it feels like to be a pro player like that. And my God, dude, I see why people like yourself have chased that for a decade now. I mean, more than a decade, because it's a very unique feeling, and it's like intimidating and scary. And I'm sure if you're 2-12, it's like, an equal but opposite, maybe even stronger the other way. But gosh, man, when you're up there and you're owning and you're like the king of the stage in game and in person, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, it just feels so good, like when you're on top of the world, just and especially when all your effort that you put into it like just comes to fruition, right? Like that's what we all seek in life, sort of. Well, maybe not all, but at least that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, there was a glimpse at the bracket there, and a glimpse at our players. So it looks like they're bumping into that bug where when you load in, the one Axie doesn't show up. And there might be a hot... I think there is a quick way to try to fix that, although off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what it is. I've commissioned the minions in the back end to help assist, and sometimes it does work just through a couple different loads. So that's why we're having a few extra moments here, and then when we get one that works, they're able to jump right in. But I think you're able to clear the image cache on devices, and then you get a chance to reload, and that will often fix it, or at least give you a chance to fix it. So sorry about the slight delay here, folks, but production's working on it, and of course we'll jump in the moment it's ready to rock and roll.
I just realized in chat that I said girth earlier. What I meant to say was grit, but it was a bit of a slip up. My brain was listening to production right in my ear, and like I was thinking something else at the same time. So happens.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm listening in one ear. I'm tabbed out on the other side, just chatting with production and passing along the fix here. Classic Zyori got a couple hats on here at the same time. And of course, the classic. So some of you will empathize with this. There is a very limited amount of seats when it comes to Apple, because technically Axie is in like the test flight. What do they call it? Is it alpha or beta status? It's not officially in the App Store. So you have to use the test flight thing to launch it. And there's a fixed amount. I think it's 15,000 seats. So that's it. Of the 2.8 million daily active users, only 15,000 of them are able to use Apple products. Kookoo is actually one of them. And yeah, we got to figure out how to clear the cache on an iPad. So I know how to do it on Android. That's really easy. And most of our users are Android. But classic Kookoo here, he's got the privilege of having one of those really rare. I mean, that's almost like valuable stuff, man. I feel for those iPhone users that aren't able to play Axie. It is an unfortunate limitation.
Yeah, I think Android is the master race here. I own an Android, but that's a pretty nice data point that you mentioned, like that there's only 15,000 like maximum players.
I'm pretty sure it's something to that order of magnitude. I think it was 10,000 for a while, and maybe we got it increased. So maybe it's bumped up slightly to like 20,000 or something, but it's in the low thousands relative to our millions of players.
Just imagine like how many people went out and bought like an Android because they wanted to play Axie. Right.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Especially
I think about it the other way think about how amazing the distribution and reach will be of Axie once it's in app stores. Like think about the demand of how many people want to download this on their phones. And if it's not in test flight, but just easily accessible, and, we've got Axie Origin and there's a free to play element, like, explosion. That's where my brain goes.
Was that a little bit of a leak there or something, or
well, nothing we haven't said before
okay.
on previous dev chats and whatnot. Origin, the next version of Battles, we've leaked a couple of the cards and a little bit of the artwork and content around that. It will include a free-to-play version of Axie, and of course, the next question everyone asks: what about earnings? And will they be NFTs? And the answer is they will not provide earnings, or they will provide a very, very, very small amount, and they will not be NFTs. Think of it almost like a tutorial where you get a free set of Axies that you get to play with, and the further you go and playing against either other people that are doing the tutorial or playing against like an AI, you grind your way up, you unlock more Axies, and then that allows you to kind of learn the game, get a taste of different cards, get a taste of like the different comps that you can try. And if you're a new player, it helps guide you with predetermined tutorial teams that are decent comps, so that you can at least play a team that has some synergy to it. So that'll be huge for just like even think about aspiring scholars, somebody who's applying for scholarships. Now you can say like, look, I've finished the tutorial, or I've got X amount of hours playing. You can actually prove that you've been practicing the game in a totally legit, like fine, free way. That's going to be really awesome.
It's kind of like, getting a degree in something, right? Like you get your degree in free to play, and then now you can become a scholar after that, instead of like someone actually, making you a scholar and then you're training under their scholarship or something first.
So as just a quick note and an update here, it looks like Kookoo does have an Android phone. So we'll see if the tilt is on. We were talking about the hardware and hyping up the stand. It looks like he's pulling out the Android phone and going to try to get that loaded up. So I do have a guide for clearing some cache on iPad. So they're working on it. Hopefully we can get in here pretty quick. Sorry about that, folks. But Apparently, Android going to be to the rescue here as he hops in on the phone. But yeah, a strange bug, this one. I believe still trying to track down the exact root cause of it. Obviously, it's happening, so it's a very real bug. But I don't think we've been able to reliably reproduce it in the laboratory to quite plug the hole. So this is one we're still trying to track down. I feel like we need to put out like a bug bounty for this one if somebody can crack the code on why some Axies occasionally will decide to not load graphically. Speaking
of bugs, are you prepared to join the Church of Bugs?
The Church of Bugs. It might be time, dude. I have one bug, I think. So I've played. I think it's a Gravel Ant, Pincer. What's the other discard? It's got the 0 cost discard and the 80 damage discard. Gravel
Pincer
Ant,
Parasite.
Then, I'm not sure what its other one is. I can't.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to teach you how to play some bug comps. In our Meditate Academy, they get the inside scoop on some of the top tier teams, and one of the recent teams I kind of did a course on, like there's a bunch of players who are about 2200 to 2400 MMR right now, which they've never been to before. Haven't played bug comps, like literally never. Like these guys were like sitting at like 1400 MMR or something like that. So that's how strong they are. So I'm gonna.
It's wild to me that they weren't discovered. Like it took this long for it to be discovered that they're that busted, right? Because when the patch came out at the beginning of season 19, not that the patch was perfect, but I don't remember anyone talking about how amazing bugs are. I remember people talking about how busted reptiles are. And I think I heard you say the other day that reptiles actually aren't really that good right now, right?
No, I think they're in the worst place. I think Dusk and reptiles are probably in the worst place of like all of the other classes at the moment. Mainly because of all the beast and bug damage that's currently available that is very strong and potent. Like bugs only got one buff in the last season, which was 10 extra shield on Fish Snack. I believe that was the only buff. But I would even say bugs were stronger in the last season than they were in this season. It's just that nobody really like understood how to play with it or how strong they really were. So, but now that they've been a little bit more mass produced and people have seen the light, like whoever plays bugs, I feel like they're in a pretty good spot in generally. And we've seen it in this tournament too, how strong it's been.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so it looks like I think we're going to throw it to a quick break and then come back. They're working on deleting Kookoo's apps and reinstalling. As you can see, hard at work here. The admin overlooking his shoulder, coaching, making sure Kookoo deletes and reinstalls. No funny business here. And on the other side, taking it easy. Cha, the contender here. Kookoo up 1-0. He was able to load into game 1.
Let's make some predictions here.
2. Okay.
All right. Top Eruption versus Roadfill. Who you got?
Eruption.
Oh, damn. That was too easy for you. Okay. Got it. But you know what? Maybe Roadfill will do.
One that went 2-0 over Kookoo. Jillian looked good over Cha as
well,
but
listen,
Hezelya just looked crisp.
Jillian was like a stone cold killer in her match. Like
that's actually going to be a sick matchup. Those two,
I'm more hyped for that matchup out of all the matchups that we've seen so far. Like, I've never seen someone just be so like composed and just like. It was like murder. Like someone had to call the police, but Jillian here, I think she can do it. I think she's gonna go far.
Yeah, me too. And then down here, we'll see if Kookoo can close it out. We've already seen Boarknock eliminate Myrtle, so he'll be waiting. And he, with the switch factored in, he'll be playing the loser of Hezelya versus Jillian for life in the tournament.
Yeah. And
all right. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking if Eruption goes through the top side. Jillian, Hezelya, that's going to be very close. I might have to give Jillian like just a little bit of an edge there. Then we're most likely going to be seeing Boarknock versus Jillian or Hezelya. That's going to be crazy. Like, that matchup is also going to be very insane. Like, Boarknock does not have an easy path anymore.
He really doesn't. Yeah. And it's like, even if you win that series or you get into this lower bracket round 3, even if you take that, this lower bracket finals, it's all looking fierce, man. These players have come to compete. They've come for the AXS, and they're not leaving empty-handed.
That's how I've always felt. Whenever I go into a tournament, like days before the tournament, I'm thinking like, oh, this is easy. Like, there's only a few known people here. Or even in Dota 2, there's only a few known teams. Then right before the tournament starts, like once you start seeing some of the people play, or when the tournament starts, when you start seeing some of the teams play, and you're like, holy smokes, were these guys always this good? You know, like that's what's going through your mind, right? Like, you kind of underestimate them because of maybe their names, or like they're not, you know, someone who invests a lot of time into the game. But in reality, when it comes to it, like, people perform, right? Like, there's a lot of players who just perform just like under the pressure and whatnot.
I mean, I think that's if you're a content creator, if you're a streamer, if you like living in this live environment, then you're probably somebody that feeds off of pressure in some weird way. You know, where most people go, I'm so nervous, I'm overwhelmed. You go, we can't fail. Failure isn't an option, and that's a big driver. You know, I think Hezelya, as an example, has spent a lot of time grinding because she's also a streamer. You know, so if you're streaming Axie and that's your full-time game or your primary game, I mean, that's a lot of hours under your belt, right? And that is half the battle, just seeing the combos. And I remember one time remarking at how well you seem to know the numbers. You're like, all right, this is going to do 175 damage, feeling like, wow, man, you're really good at math. You're like, it's not math. You see this enough times and you just remember that this thing does this number. And I don't know, that was like a bit of a revelation for me of like, it's like your muscle memory almost with Axie stuff.
Exactly.
You know, it just kind of comes back to you.
It's very similar to Dota. Like, Dota, it's all muscle memory too. Like, no one can just remember everything, right? Like, there's just too much stuff. But you play the game long enough, like, you will know things. They'll just come to you naturally. And at the highest level, you really need to know what every card, like how much damage it does, especially to the different classes, because there's like, you know, plus or minus or 15% and whatnot, right? So okay.
Yeah. Exciting time. So it looks like the Android device might have been successful though, Theban. So I do have some good news for you. This countdown timer is legit. We just filled an entire break. Production thought we needed to take a 5-minute break, and we just kept going that whole time. High five right now, bud. Well done.
Nice. I think they might have cut us off for a second. They probably didn't think we were going to be talking during all of that. I'm just checking chat right now. Like, you guys got cut off. All right. Well, we're back. So all good. We're going to be going straight into the game very soon. And
yeah, look at these cute Axies surrounding us. We got one sleeping down below. Oh, okay. And here we go. So into the game. Oh, we missed round 1. Oh, no. So we got Sha on the left. She's taking big damage on her frontliner.
what?
And she is still using...
Interesting. So she's
Buntenna.
changed her Axie. So she's got 2 Buntennas, and then she's put a Sando bug in the back to match up against the bug of Kookoo. I don't hate this. I actually think this was pretty smart on her end. The only problem
It's a pretty good
is,
backliner.
yeah, exactly. But Kookoo has this midline shrimp, right? Whoa, what is that? A 2-card shrimp combo. Interesting. Because he does have the second shrimp in his hand available. But that was a little bit awkward, I'll say.
Is that like a card draw combo from Kookoo, and that's why he did that? Just because it was an awkward opener, but there it is, the sandal coming in the clutch.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it was mainly just to like cover against the antennas. Like, he didn't want any energy stolen, so he just went for his 2-card shrimp play instead. But it just looks so awkward, right? Like,
yeah,
just doing it.
I see what you mean.
So when you play against antennas, like, as long as you don't see the antennas, you're always scared of the energy steal. But I will say, like, there's only 2 antennas on Cha's side. The odds of her having it is not the highest. and it's okay like to pass on turns where you have super awkward awkward cards in your hand. It's a lot worse making the awkward plays and then not getting stolen.
Oh, and here you go. She drops the antennas. Very nice.
Ooh, that is way too much energy spent though on a bug that was gonna die anyway.
Gets a crit that might end up being relevant. And the frontliner survives with 25 HP.
Yeah, I mean that's nice though. Like having that frontliner live one more turn here. A discard.
Brutal. Okay, so no Terror Chomp thanks to the Hop Butt. Just gonna pop a Bone Sail here to try to get some cards back.
She's playing a Fish Snack, expecting Kookoo to still have his second shrimp. Little does she know the second shrimp was already discarded.
Yep, a tough read. And you can see she's thinking about it. Deep in thought as she tries to think about the chances. And I think Kookoo, is he just going to pass here? Not going to play the third glance?
Well, it would be wise for him to pass. He hasn't really seen any of the Bone Sails. Like if he uses those parasites, then it's going to pop the shield anyway.
Ah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So not a lot left for Kookoo here. Cha, it looks like, I mean, she should just throw everything out onto this shrimp. Especially, she should be expecting some kind of a shrimp play because she hasn't seen the second one yet. And Kookoo did pass in the last turn, but she doesn't do it. She's gonna
doesn't do it either.
Yeah,
he has the
'cause
shrimp draw and skips it.
he only has one card with it, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't really pair that up, and it looks like Cha is gonna be able to kill this bug. This shrimp for cheap. And going into this 1v1, I think I gotta favor Cha. She's got the sandal.
She's got a huge energy advantage. The stuns are going to be annoying here, but she does have a 0 cost.
Yeah. Let's just hope she plays it correctly. You play the sandal first, the 0 cost after, and then the parasite. Or you can go parasite first, then the sandal. So that
you want to break the shield with the highest damage card,
Exactly.
so you get as much in.
Exactly.
So you want to like chip away at it here, but not break it. So this is pretty actually.
This is better. This is still the safest
Okay.
way that you can go about it, right?
Where you use the 0 cost to just get rid of the stun.
Because the sandal does like over 180 damage here, 188. So you're gonna like pretty much kill his shield every single time unless he plays like 2 snail shells or something.
I see what you mean. It's a little more of a gamble the other way. This
Yeah.
one is sort of guaranteed.
Exactly.
Fair enough. So Kookoo gets some damage in. Pretty even here. Within 20 HP of each other, but the disable...
Did you see that from Cha? Her jaw just dropped. She's like, 2 fish snacks. I really wanted a sandal here.
No shortage of energy, so double fish snack it is.
That's great though. That is absolutely great. Doesn't lose any health whatsoever. So much shield. Shouldn't be too upset about that. And there it is.
double
Oh
sandal.
my goodness. You just go sandal, parasite sandal. That is a super dead bug here. We're going to
This is the
game
bug
3.
swatter, all right. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Look at Shaw. You can see it. She's barely able to hold it back. She
Uh-huh.
knows. She's like, I think I won. I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but she knows, dude. Her spidey senses are tingling right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing adaptation that she made, right? Like, who would have thought just put 2 antennas at the front and just have this bug splatter, bug in the back, right? To match up well into this backline of Kookoo here.
Taking a moment to consider. Kookoo with kind of an interesting card draw. The double sticky goo, really not so great.
Yeah, GG.
But not going to make a difference here either way. That's it.
Man, I think Kookoo is going to be sweating it now. Like,
And look at the relief from Cha.
Yeah.
Look at that. Big smiles. Well earned. Very nicely done. Kookoo
Game 3.
reeling here. And now Kookoo, one of the favorites. He's 1 loss away from elimination here, Thievin. Both these players, this is going to come down to the clutch. hopefully we can load in and get this one going. I noticed Kookoo took his glasses off. Maybe he should consider putting the glasses back on for game 3. That might increase his chances.
I don't think he will, any glasses was gonna save him from that last game. I guess there was that one turn where he played the shrimp combo to cover his energy from the antennas. But apart from that, like it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. Yeah, I mean that was probably the most impressive like adaptation so far, right? Like in the tournament.
Yes, in terms of like, hey, I want to stay true to my comp, but I'm just going to swap in this backliner. I got to have a better situation in the 1v1. And she got into that situation with a huge energy advantage. And I mean, the discard is pretty brutal, but in the end, she was still able to hold it together, even through the hot butt. Impressive stuff, man. That's like, even if Cha loses game 3 now and takes an elimination in round 1 of the lower bracket, like I'm so glad she was able to clutch that game, bring in that adaptation, and like put up a hell of a fight, like show that she deserves to be here. You know, that was a really defining match. And yeah, we saw it in that smile at the end. I think that said more than we can.
So definitely Kookoo's gonna change something because he's thinking like, oh, she's gonna come out with the bug in the back again. So I'm gonna need to play maybe even, I mean, even if he plays his reptile, it doesn't feel too good for him because that reptile is gonna take a lot of damage against all those bug cards as well with a Gravelant. Interesting. He's in a bit of a pickle, I'll tell you that. Kookoo is he's gonna have to consider something but it has to be something different for sure. Because if she just runs back the same team again, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, taking a look at Kookoo's Axies. Okay, he's got some Axie Kiss action.
Oh,
he's
right.
He's got
the
diverse
mech.
set Axies.
You're right.
He's got the mech, and he's got that weird reptile with the Gravelant that we saw, and the Kotaro.
He should play that
and
one.
The Scaly.
He should play the mech for sure in this next game.
That's the one with dual blades, Axie Kiss, Hero, and Hair.
So you got the Hero. That's like a perfect Axie matchup, especially to be able to get through the front, and the middle.
Look at that! Look at that!
He's
Thievin.
the bird. Okay.
A simple device switch, and we're in. So he's got Gravant now, actually in his midliner. Double Bidens for Kookoo here.
Interesting.
All right, best of 3 elimination, game 3. This is it, gang.
Just a casual hot butt turn 1. The midliner has all of the cards for Cha here, so not too many options available on this first turn as it's all cute bunnies and antennas without any bug cards to help out. So I wouldn't say Kookoo is, like sure win with his current team right now. I think he's a little bit favored. But Cha definitely has options available in this game. Even if that bird dies off and it's a 1v1 with the Gravelant versus the bug, you got the discards available with the Parasites, which is range cards. You could possibly discard one of the Gravelants, get out of the Gravelant lock, and do a bunch of damage to the plant with your bug. Oh.
Some damage coming out of this bird.
Yeah, that...
we got some double talk, huh? Yep.
Going under the shield. And it's gonna die, but that hot butt should be able to at least go off first from the last stand.
Gonna cut right through it here. Say goodnight to the first dusk. And you were totally right. Thievin strikes again.
All right.
I also love the aesthetics on these Kookoo Axies. Both of them with the big yak style. It's all about the aesthetics. When in doubt, you got to go for the Axies that match.
Dude,
that just makes sense. It's just logical.
When I started playing, I didn't really care about the aesthetics, but now that I have like more Axies and I can buy, like I always choose the one that I like that looks good.
Yeah. I've totally bought a couple where I'm like, wow, that really is this one's twin. I don't know if I'm ever going to use these in tandem, but if I don't buy it now, I don't know if I'll ever get it again.
So this is a really awkward position now here, Zari. Like, there's cute bunnies and there's antennas, but the backliner doesn't have cute bunny and it attacks last. And then the antennas are just literally worthless cards now, right?
Yeah.
So, and the Graveland coming out from Kookoo here. I would have honestly liked to have seen 2 cute bunnies come out from Cha, expecting the Gravelant. That way, like, this wouldn't affect them too much, and he should still be able. She should still be able to play both antennas for some shield.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a brick, but you're totally right. It doesn't feel particularly good here, and it looks like Kookoo will get a little benefit out of this last stand. Will absorb that first antenna.
So this
and Cha going for a discard also.
This card could be very clutch, especially if she gets rid of one of the big damage cards like Cactus, for example, which could potentially allow that the Dust to live like an extra turn even, and maybe get some cards off. But then again, you're playing against Double Talk. Even if you get low, like, you're always going to be scared of just dying to the Double Talk +1 follow-up.
Yeah, for sure. Out comes the Gravel Ant again, though this time Kookoo doesn't draw it. So if this frontliner survives...
Ooh, I don't know how much I like this play from Kookoo here. He's actually playing his Double Talk on a full HP Dusk who is, you know, Gravelanted.
So he's going to go all in on this thing and just try to kill it? Okay.
Yeah. Is it enough? That is the question. Might be. We'll see. I mean, birds tend to crit quite a bit. They have relatively high morale as well.
That's true. We've seen a number of crits so far, so we can't count it out.
It's close, but
yeah, this is going to be tight.
It shouldn't die here. It's gonna be low. So this is why I didn't like. This is why I didn't like Kookoo playing this Double Talk. Like, it was literally pointless to play the Double Talk because the full clip wasn't gonna kill that anyway. And now you spend both your Double Talks, and Cha can just go through with like a bunch of cards on this midliner and get some value.
And now she's actually going to be able to play a lot of these cards.
Oh,
you lost your Gravelant rotation, so getting a lot of value out of this midliner.
Exactly. See, what Kookoo should have done was use the full clip, but played the Double Talk at the end, because you were gonna break the shield anyway, right? So the Double Talk effect would still been on Cha right now, and then Kookoo with that plant would have been able to get a little branch hit through the shield, not even breaking the bone sails. Because at this point, these bone sails will break, gonna give Cha a little bit more resources to work with as well.
All right. Is it going to be enough, though? That is the ultimate question. Like, Cha's still in a pretty tough situation.
Yeah, still alive.
Still alive.
And there it is. The cards come through.
Ooh.
Very happy.
She gets them all on the backliner. That is beautiful.
This is... Honestly, this is so good for Cha. She just got to get rid of this plant right now. Just throw everything out onto this plant. There's no egg that's going to be coming out. And one more damage card. Because once you have the fish snacks available, like, that bird is going to struggle. It does not have any zero cost whatsoever. There we go.
There it is. There it is.
This is... I
love it.
This is crazy.
I love it, dude. Dude, Cha's expressions are so unbelievable. I love that we can see these, like, she almost went with 3 at the last second, decides 4, makes the right decision.
Exactly. Like, the last thing you wanted was...
Kookoo's on the verge of elimination here. He's got the speed advantage.
He is. Here we go. Fishknack, Sando, Pincer. Uh-oh.
Kookoo's in big trouble.
He can live through one more turn, though. He does have shield available. Like, he plays the hare and then a pigeon post here, but the problem is the second Fishknack that comes out next turn is also going to be very annoying for Kookoo. Like, having no zero cost on his backliner against his bug is a disaster. I can't believe it. I think Cha got this. She's got this, like...
He looks stumped. Kookoo, the reality is setting in right now.
Oh no, he's dead.
And he just passes. That's it. It's
That's
over.
it. It's over. She did
Kookoo's
it.
been eliminated in the first round.
so
Shaw can't even
surprised.
process it. Look at her face is like, what just happened? I just beat Kookoo.
Wow.
I just beat Kookoo on the main stage of the Axie Creator Cup, live in the Philippines.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
goodness.
She didn't even prepare a victory dance because she's
Yeah.
so surprised.
She didn't expect it one bit. She thought something fishy was happening where, like Kookoo's got some master plan, but in reality, he had no outs left. He was thinking
Yeah.
like, if I just throw these 2 cards out, what's going to happen next turn? Like, I still can't do anything. I'm just going to run into that break. Hopefully she doesn't have damage, and next turn I can get like a crit or something of that sort to kill off this
Wow.
bug. That was amazing. And you know why this all happened? Because he played that double talk first. All he had to do was play the 3 bird cards, play the double talk at the end so that the effect will transfer into the next turn when the Graveland effect will be removed, and then that plant would have been able to kill that Dusk very easily. One little mistake, and he's been eliminated.
Wow. You even called it in the moment as well. As soon as that double talk came out, you're like, I don't know about this. And wow. Mind-blowing stuff right there. Steven,
Crazy.
that unexpected. Myrtle and Kookoo, the first 2 eliminated. We are down to 6 here in this double elimination tournament with our 8 content creators from the Philippines. We're going to be going up to the upper bracket next. We've got the semifinals up there, and we are going to have 2 sets of best of 5s coming up now. So some pretty exciting matchups here. I don't even think we're going to a break. I think they're setting up on stage right now, and this train is going to keep on rolling, buddy. So plenty of Axie coming up next. And how you feeling about some best of 5s? I know we're moving a little slow. We might be slightly
love
behind
it.
schedule.
I mean, it's
but
going to be
it's
nice.
best of 5 time, dude.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. Dude, I'm still stunned about that last series, man. That bug in the back, like, that was incredible change. Like, the front 2 Axies, they were not optimal in any way, right? With the cute bunny and the guy who's like the fastest and 2 antennas only, but like clutching that, like, Cha, damn.
So here we go. We've
we
got
go.
Roadfill. We've got Eric Tai setting up on the stage. They're stretching it out. They're getting ready.
This is fun.
They've got their war paint on. And this is going to be a pretty good series here. Roadfill, definitely the underdog coming into this one. But we'll see if he can surprise us.
I mean, we say he's the underdog, right? But then in reality, like, that's only because how solid Eruption's performance has been in the first series. But Roadfill, like, he looked like he was making some extremely solid plays.
I was trying to look up the MMR. So Roadfill, it says he's 2,000 MMR. So I actually, in my head, I got the MMRs transposed. Eruption, he's 1,300 right now. Okay. I don't think he's been grinding this season. So I don't think that number is representative of maybe where he's been at. But Eruption or Eric Tai, man, this guy's got a wild history. You probably noticed he's got some muscles to him there. I think he's from New Zealand, and his history as a rugby player, dude. He's like been knocking people around as some kind of rugby god for a whole bunch of years. And, here he is now playing a little bit of Axie on our main stage. So pretty wild to think about where his history is. I was reading his Wikipedia page earlier, dude. He's got like a full-fledged Wikipedia page talking about his rugby career, his acting career, what he's done on film, what he's done on TV. He's done modeling. I mean, this guy, he's all over the place.
Yeah, he's a huge Dota 2 fan as well. I remember meeting him, I think, once or twice at some of these events. Yeah, he's huge in person, man.
He's also into cricket, volleyball, and track and field.
Dude, this
I
guy
can
does
imagine
everything.
playing volleyball against that monster.
He is, what you would call a competitor, right? Like that's why you saw his game. Like, I see that he prepared very well. He got himself some really strong Axies. He knows what he's doing, and let's not underestimate him for sure.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm ready. I'm glad to see that Moymoy's MMR is higher than I thought, and I think he's ready to win. Like you said, once these players get on the stage, the competition kicks in, and especially once you can see each other. I mean, I remember when we were talking to the production team about how we wanted to set things up, and we were like, the players need to be able to see each other. I want players to be able to make eye contact.
Jeez,
after
look at
a
those
crit
guns.
comes out. Look at this, dude.
Holy
Eruption
smokes.
is he's not bashful about it.
Yeah.
He's not bashful.
Dude, those
I
guns
love that shirt, by the way.
are bigger than my head.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff, man. Honestly, it's not for nothing. He certainly put in the hours.
Roadfill is just such a funny guy, honestly. I just love all his expressions. I just look at him, I just can't help but laugh. It just brings, life to the party.
So let me see. I wanted to take a look at Roadfill's Axies here. I had them in my list somewhere. There we go. All right. So he's got, he was trying to run the double plant bird lineup. That's the one that I was linked initially. And not quite, it looks like an immortal tank and then a sandal tank. So pretty cool there. He's also got a grabble ant with Pocky, Zigzag, and Bidens.
Yeah,
this is an interesting
right.
plan.
We saw that. That was that's a very strong. Not Pocky. It was Little Branch.
No, he has one with Pocky as well.
Oh, so
we
he
did
has
see a
two
Little
of them.
Branch one, but it looks like he has multiple. Because the one I'm looking at is actually Pocky. I double checked it because I messed it up earlier. And also this Axie is named Arnold, so I like that. I like that he took the time to name his Axies. Now I've also noticed though that he's named several of his Axies Arnold, so it would seem that he's got like the Arnold crew. He's got the Arnolds.
Interesting.
I like that.
And we saw Eruption with the Sando guys, a very solid, well-rounded lineup. So I think he just opens with that, right? He's already 2-0'd in the first series with that team. You just play it, test the waters, like see how it is, and then you make adaptations after that.
I thought we had a game there for a moment. We're going to hop into game one as soon as these guys are ready to rock and roll. Hopefully our devices don't fail us here and we get some easy loads.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the action, dude. I want to see what these guys are going to do. I want to see me some Axie. I'm also digging on Eruption's watch, man. That looks like a pretty fine piece of machinery there. I'm not a big watch guy myself, but I always can appreciate a nice watch on someone else. Especially when you've got the big arms like that, you need a nice timepiece to complement the guns.
Right. I think I don't really own any. Actually, I have a few watches. Mainly my wife got them for me. But like you said, like it's just not my thing. I just stay at home and play video games all day. I have a freaking monitor that shows me what time it is. What do I need to watch for, right? That's what I always thought.
If you're a gamer, right, you're on the computer a lot. Bracelets are not great for keyboards and mouse, right? Like anytime I wear a watch, as soon as I sit down at the computer, I take it off because it gets in the way when I start trying to type and do stuff, So I think there's definitely something to be said for that.
Even rings as well, right? Like it's just so annoying. Like when you first, but eventually you get used to it. I asked my wife if I can take off my wedding ring, but that didn't end well with.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Huh, that's a good point, actually. I guess at least that would be left hand, which is generally keyboard hand. Jump back to our competitors here. I just love those Filipino Axies in the background. They're so cute.
Oh, whoa, what happened here? Okay, It's already round 3.
Well, it looks like we had a boo-boo somewhere, and we missed the first 2 rounds.
Okay, let me run it. Let me guess what actually happened. So far, it looks like the bird on Eruption probably threw out some hairs. Now we are going to see an eggshell with a balloon come out, because Eruption knows there's only 2 energy on the other team. So Roadfill going to get balloon. The first hotbar going to miss. Second hotbar will hit, but that plant is still alive at the moment. The slapper is still alive on both sides too.
The Gravelant midliner. Okay. Got some discard action from Roadfill, and he's got that cute bunny on the back line. Pretty interesting there. Nemo Goldfish.
Yeah, so he's got the speed up available against the bird, which is going to be very nice. matchup for him later on. But I fully expect Eruption to just let his bird die off in this kind of game. But he needs that bird to be able to kill that bug first. Eruption is taking his time. He's not sure like what card he should use to be able to kill this plant off, but it's gonna have to be the cactus at the end.
Moymoy looks way too excited right now. he seems like he's got this on lock. At least that's how he feels in his head.
Ooh, I like this. Look at that follow-up damage right into that midliner.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. He's got no more energy left though now. But a cute bunny play here would be pretty insane. Like you can stop this you can stop potentially some zigzags from coming out, but it looks like he's just gonna prioritize the bug shield instead.
Yeah, wants to keep it alive. Eric thinking pretty hard right now. And Moymoy looking as confident as ever.
He's trying to talk to Eruption right now, you know? He's like throwing him off his game because he's already played his cards. Man, I want that. I want to be able to go on land.
I'm gonna beat you in Axie, and then I'm gonna beat you in rugby. I'm coming for you. You just got to get in his head. Just goes, "What? You could never beat me in rugby." Then he starts thinking about rugby instead of Axie. Yeah. Mission accomplished.
Big crit!
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh
okay.
my goodness. Look at his expression too. He's like, bro, really? Really? Yeah. Oh, another crit!
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's the rage moment. Roadfill. At least it's a best of 5, dude. At least it's a best of 5. That's going to help limit this a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
See, the worst part is that was a crit on a heal. You know?
Oh my God, you're right. So it was zigzag. That's yeah. Of all the things for a plant to crit with, that's your dream right there. That's your moneymaker.
Ooh, that's rough. But Eruption did not get a card that he's happy with to remove that stun on the bird. So he's not going to really be able to kill this bug efficiently. He will kill it with this plant now, though. Gonna get a heal off too first.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. This zigzag coming in handy again.
No last stand. Heals up. All right.
And now Eruption's in a pretty good spot here.
Mm-hmm.
Stun on the bird is kind of annoying, but
yeah, he doesn't really have the damage though to be able to kill off this plant, I think, in one shot. But he can speed up. Like that's definitely a possibility here.
I love how Eric like almost looks a little bored and does that like aggressive hand tap, you know, almost like, all right, Roadfill, you've intimidated me -1 here on a scale of 1 to 10. You're nothing. You're the fly that I'm swatting with my sandal. That's what Eruption is communicating right now with his body language. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I don't really like this play from Eruption here. Like, you can remove the stun, that's fine, but this follow-up 2 hits, I don't think is important at all. Like, you would have been able to use those cards next turn anyway. Because what would have been really nice here is if he was able to play those cards and a balloon at the end, so the Aqua couldn't miss the next attack on the following turn, and then you get another clip in with the bird. Because right now, Roadfill...
quickly explain how balloon works again? Because it fears someone else or it fears you, depending on what happens.
So,
so
if you get
take
hit,
damage...
So if you get hit with the balloon, you're feared for the rest of the turn.
Okay.
Like, you can't get any attacks off. So you want to have balloon on a faster Axie no matter what. But if you fear your opponent, then like someone or that Axie needs to... Like, until one card is used, the fear will stay on that Axie.
I think Roadfill wants to cancel the Axie match and take it to a boxing tournament instead. Looks like he's ready to break out into the physical world. Does get the kill on the frontliner here, but more damage.
Roadfill. I think he's got this. There it is. He's going to use the Nemo to remove the debuff, and then that's it. That bird is just dead.
That's it. It's
that
over.
Comeback.
Roadfill's actually got it. And look at Eric. He ain't tapping those fingers anymore. He's biting his lip going, wait, how'd I lose this? Oh.
Clean. That's it. That's the power of the Arco here, Zayari.
This is beautiful. Exactly. It's all about speed manipulation in these kind of matchups here. And you can feel it when it's like sometimes that matchup is like, okay, this guy's a 0 cost, the other one doesn't. Picture perfect finish there for Roadfill. He's now going to move ahead 1-0 in this best of 5 series. There he is.
That was a solid
Look
comeback.
What a ham. What a ham. Well deserved though, like you said. He
And
brought
that
it
was
back.
after getting critted twice. Right? Those are
seriously.
like important crits too, and he still managed to make a solid comeback. Like he's got a very nice team there. That backliner extremely strong.
Yeah, that's like an IRL morale swing where you get crit twice and you still win. It's like, dude, you had RNG, you had Jiho on your side, and I still slapped you down. Like that's got to feel good. You know, that's got to feel real good for Roadfill.
Yeah, I think one of his Gravelants got discarded. I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't keeping track of that, but that must have been what happened because that backliner has all melee cards, right? In theory, you shouldn't be winning that series. Like if the bird dies off and then that plant fights into that Aqua in a 1v1, but he didn't allow that to happen. He kept speeding up like turn after turn, not letting the bird kill itself off, and then he killed the plant off in a very efficient way while still speeding up and having enough resources to be able to kill the bird the following turn.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Totally. Good stuff. All right, well, that's game 1. So still plenty of time for Eruption here. Stretch it out, bring it back. You know, I'm sure he knows the moves. Do a little bit of yoga, get back in your zen zone. Be prepared for the crits to go the other way. And already be in that mental space where it's not going to affect you. You know, that's now that we're into the BO5s, at least for the upper bracket, this is where the mental game actually does come into effect. And the depth of your Axie pool also starts to matter a little bit, right? These curveballs, those like, hey, I'm going to keep this comp intact, but I'm going to swap in something out of the back line. And here we go. Match number 2.
They're both running it back. They're both running it back. The same exact teams here.
Okay, so maybe Eruption agrees. It'd be interesting to see here if he plays a little more aggro with that bird and does choose to sacrifice it to get a different 1v1 at the end. God, the zigzag crit, man.
Yeah.
So dirty. Double cactus, too, from Eruption. Actually pretty nasty to play against. It's a lot of damage potential that he's got. And
definitely.
in this matchup, like, they're guaranteed to both go towards the end. Like, very slow Axies of these 6. So it's pretty potent.
Where did he get all this merch from?
The Axie merch?
Yeah.
Well, we did gift some to these guys, although it looks like they also brought some of their own.
Right. Where's mine, Larry?
I need to hook you up, actually.
Thank you.
It's still very limited, but when we're ready to drop the full run, I will absolutely send you a care package, my friend. Here's the double cactus. You see Roadfill like, oh,
no, that damage.
Not my frontliner. Please.
And then he's got the Sando and the Hot Butt too. Like, it's a pretty safe turn to play both of those. It's solid amount of shield. Like, that's gonna delete that frontline plant. This feels great for Eruption, I'll say.
Yeah, this is an amazing start.
This is what he needed. And he hasn't used that many cards on that bird either. So he's gonna be able to get those cards to be able to kill that bug and then eventually get his bird killed off so that he can win the 1v1 with the plant versus the aqua matchup. Because if it ever gets to that plant versus aqua only matchup, like, the game's just over.
Right.
Roadfill
That
has
is
not a shot.
It's like a true Gravelant hard counter kind of scenario.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
one of the Gravelants got discarded though, just now.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah, that's the other one. This is where you gotta be patient on the Eruption, okay? No trigger fingers, just chill.
Yeah, it's only round 3, right? You're not that close to your deck reset. You don't want to just start throwing out your numbing Lucretians willy-nilly now.
Yeah. It's just a matter of drawing into your bird cards and killing off that bug, and that's literally all it's gonna take at this point in the game.
Well, Roadfill going to be able to play a whole medley of cards here. And certainly going to find himself a kill on this frontliner. Gets a double discard out of it as well. Will he get the Gravelant? No, that would have been too lucky.
Yeah. And this hand, he has 2 balloons, but that's not enough to be able to kill this bug off. And he hasn't actually drawn his Fishnacks on Roadfill yet. Like, if there was Fishnacks here, I feel like he would have played it. And unfortunately for Eruption, he's not going to be able to avoid those fish snacks anymore. They will be coming out next turn.
Yeah.
Unless he throws out the Gravelant right now onto this bug. Oh, look at this. This is
Look at
hilarious.
this.
I love this.
He's trying to
Eruption's
block
like,
it out.
Stop.
Eruption's
He
like,
can't.
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of a
He's trying to
reaction
focus.
here.
Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna throw out the. Okay, all right.
The double balloon.
So there's the bunny. I don't know how I like this. Another crit?
Eruption's like, yeah, keep dancing, bro. I'll just keep I'll keep getting crits over here. Oh, look, now he's talking back. Something's happening, dude.
Yeah.
Words are being thrown. Better than hands being thrown, I guess. Oh my gosh. He gets the demoralizer, dude. The demoralizer. Even he knows.
Knew... Oh my goodness. He's like, are you serious right now? And then he draws the 2 fish snacks that were left in his deck. The eggshell. This is the perfect turn for Eruption to play eggshell. Just let your bird die. Like, let your bird soak in all the damage.
Yeah, just guarantee it. Like, don't even chance anything here.
Exactly. Oh, he's actually gonna play both cards. But yeah, I would have just played 1 egg and just passed.
Slight overplay.
Right, like the max amount of shield that bug could have is only. See, this is where you wish your bird was dead.
He does get all the card draw on the front liner.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play it. Play the double cactus, at least 1 zigzag here for sure. You want to be able to do some damage, get a bit of heals going, because you know that.
I mean, this is still good for Eric, though, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I
definitely.
see what you mean,
Definitely.
like in terms of you kind of wish the bird was dead, but you're still pretty
yeah.
comfy in this kind of a situation.
No doubt, no doubt. I think Eruption is like, he's just gonna draw his cards next turn on the bird and just kill off this Aqua. Like, this Aqua is gonna have no health left, right?
Yeah.
This is a full HP plant and 2 cactuses into the face. Is he just dead?
Oh,
My lord, 292. I mean, he was dead anyway, but that was just so nice to watch.
that was
292 damage.
that was something, man. I'm at like kind of a loss for words right now. And again, it doesn't have to mean that every crit is relevant. He got 3 crits that game, and you can see Roadfill is like, what is happening right now? Why is this cheeseburger beating me with crits?
Cheeseburger.
Oh my gosh, that's tough. Well, 1-1, breadstick to breadstick here. This best of 5 off to a hell of a start.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll tell you one thing. Eruption's team is just disgusting. Like, I think he overperformed. Like, Roadfill definitely overperformed in game 1, and I don't think that's going to be happening again in this series. So maybe he's better off changing something, like maybe going into a mech, for example, would be a much better decision for him. That Gravelant plus the bird in the back is just way too powerful, and especially if you have a backliner who has all melee cards, like there's nothing you can do.
I got nothing to add to that. When you got all melee cards against Gravelant, there's nothing you can do. That is one of the truest statements ever said in Axie Infinity, and touches the hearts of many a scholar, Theban. So you are a man of the people. That is for sure. You told me once, what is the breakdown of ranged cards versus melee cards?
Right. I think it's something like 65, 60%, 40%.
So
Or
65% melee?
Yeah, something like that.
I know it's not 50-50. I know
No,
that
it's
for sure.
not even close. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. There's way more melee cards. And at the highest bracket, like, you're always making sure that you have range cards on your backliner or whichever Axie that you have that needs to live, because there's too many Gravelants. Like, Gravelant plants is probably one of the most popular Axie in the top 100.
Yeah, and shout out to Zero in Twitch chat. He's a fellow Axie caster, content creator, hardcore battler, Axie extraordinaire. He said, to be honest, I don't think that the cactus crit mattered. You're absolutely right. I don't think it mattered either, except for the demoralization factor. Just seeing crit after crit after crit.
He was already
think
dead.
Of is, what did I do wrong? Jiho, please, please. Why can't I ever get a crit? It definitely wears you down, dude. This is a gauntlet.
My. This is crazy. Look at this. Eruption is playing a Peacemaker plus the balloon here. The first Axie attacking is going to be the plant. So that cactus is going to whiff.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Disaster. Look at Roadfill's face here. This is going to be amazing.
Like...
The face palm. He knows. Oh, no.
Eruption gets the better of it. Little damage from the sandal. And now the hot butt sandal back the other way. Roadfill's frontliner going to be down to 130 coming into round 2.
Yep, same energy, but down 200 more HP. That is rough.
Yeah, that's a tough way to get this one started. Now, what do we have in terms of zigzag? That's going to be the midliner for Eruption, but Roadfill, he's got no heals. So, what do we do here? Play the Bidens.
This is, really, really tough. I mean, Eruption, he's under no pressure, right? He knows that there's no way he can kill that plant. But this draw is a little bit awkward for him. He doesn't get any bird cards. He knows that Roadfill has at least four energy. And this plant can actually die before it gets any value. But he throws it out anyway. Wow.
He's thinking
I was going to say...
He thinks twice.
Yeah. I would be afraid to throw those cards
this is
out.
a really awful card draw. It's like you look at his midliner, you certainly don't want to waste the Gravelant. You don't want to waste the zigzags. You don't want to waste the Bidens for nothing. So
He's going for it.
This feels so tempting. Like, I get why he wants to do this. And he actually will survive, I think, right? If he plays it. So it's not...
Yeah.
It's
But
not
that's only
terrible.
because Roadfill is underplaying.
Correct.
And he decides to pass. And this was actually it was such a hard play to make here, no matter what. But Eruption, he's probably thinking in his head, man, I wish I played those 2 cards.
Yeah.
I would have destroyed him right now. Like, he would have got the energy steal and killed off that plant here. And this is exactly what Roadfill needed to be able to keep himself in this game, because he was so far behind.
Thinking hard. I love the lighting over there. It makes everybody look like they've got pink hair. I think a couple of them do actually have pink hair, so that's what makes it a little harder to tell what's real, what's light reflection. And now for Eruption, this kind of awkward moment where you always feel like you want to try to get value out of this last stand, but sometimes that can be a little bit of a trap.
So this Peacemaker isn't even gonna kill this plant here. It's gonna do like 100 and something damage.
Yeah,
112. That's it. And now that plant doesn't get the sorry, it's a zigzag on the midliner. I thought it was the other Axie for some reason for a second. They all look the same.
Yeah, these damn immortal tanks, dude. They all blend together.
Yeah. My bad on that one.
Roadfill looks like play out though. A lot of cards here. He's got the Nemo as well. Eruption. He's thinking about the taunt. He wants to sacrifice this bird potentially, and it might be a really good read.
Yeah, that bird is gonna be super dead here. He's also playing the Gravelant now. I'm not so sure about this. Like, oh, this is so tough. I think that turn where he drew the plant cards and it didn't play the frontliner cards, like, has really put him in an awful position now.
Yep. It was a tough situation to read.
Look at Roadfill. He almost got out of his seat. He's like, hold on. Wait a minute. Are you giving me your bird? Is this happening for real? Yeah, it is. You're getting a free bird, buddy.
Poultry is on the menu tonight, boys.
So here's where it gets interesting. He doesn't draw the parasite. He doesn't draw it. So he can't activate the cute bunny. He really needed that.
Oh, he's like laughing. Look at it. Oh, no. Okay.
Eruption. So Eruption should, in theory, play 2 dud cards that he's okay giving away, and then 2 cactuses afterwards, so that he's able to get
Just
through
go
this
big
bug.
damage.
Yeah, he has to
okay.
first cover exactly,
There
and he
you
does
go.
exactly that. He covers the cute bunny, and then he goes the big damage.
I love it. Now there's going to be a big energy deficit here. But this is pretty good, right?
Like
this is the
Gravelant.
matchup we were talking about. The Gravelant
Exactly.
versus this Aqua. This is a hard counter. This is the Aqua's only chance to do damage here, and then you can't play anything.
Exactly.
So you just
now-
brick wall. Eruption's got it right. He's reading this perfectly right now.
Precisely, because this is the only turn where Roadfill can get damage in, and he should be playing 2 cute bunnies, right? I think if he crits on those, it'll do way more damage, and he really needs some crits right about now. Oh no! Look at Eruption with the thumbs up. He knows what's up.
He's like, "What's up, bro? How you feeling over there?"
Oh, look at that, the flex. He already knows he's got this. Numbing Lechon. Too
Eric's
much.
like, "How you like Gravelant, bro?" And right now, Roadfill's looking at his phone like, I wonder what I should do this turn. I love
It's
it.
perfect.
Oh my gosh. What a way for it to end. And we should just see this Gravant cycle here. It's going to be a little bit slow. It is going to take like a moment here. He's going to play the cactuses. Takes his time, plays with his food before he finishes it. And we'll have one more turn before this one finishes up. I've also noticed that none of these players have conceded yet. We haven't had a single player give up early. Oh, there it is. There it is, Roadfill. Well, and in that situation, I think it makes perfect sense. I was just going to say, in situations like this, I wouldn't blame any of these players for surrendering because you just have 0 options,
Yeah.
I think that makes perfect sense. So,
Sorry, please save us from numbing Lechon, man. Save us.
how do we fix it? That's the real question. What's the fix without completely gutting it? I know.
Yeah,
we can make
I don't
it
know.
Garbage, but
Maybe if there were just more range cards, like.
all right. So
That's
you're just
fine.
asking to just get the eyes and ears out there, and there you go. There better be some more ranged cards mixed in.
Yeah.
I mean, that is actually the proper response. A challenging one to fix, just kind of like that. But you're certainly right. Yeah.
More options available is better, right? Like,
More options.
like having at least if it's like 45, 55, ranged melee, like it's so much better too.
I see someone suggesting disables targets 3 random melee cards, so you still get a 4th one to go. Maybe it disables 2 out of maximum 2 melee abilities or something. That's a very weird, I feel like kind of imperfect way to try to balance it, but something like that. Okay, it's a suggestion. I like the creativity. I like where your head's at. Twitch chatter.
Yeah, it's rough. It's really rough,
it's-
but that's okay, right? We got
Hey, we're a work in progress, man. That's
yeah. Do we call it version 2 or Origin? Or
so
is
it's
either
kind
one?
of both. It was originally called version 2 before Origin was the name, and then once we came up with the name Origin, that's kind of replaced it. But when you say Origin, it makes people go, wait, what is that? Is that the same as version 2? So we've just lumped it together to try to make people a little bit less confused, so they know that like version 2 and Origin are the exact same thing. Like some people thought that the season 19 patch was called Origin and got confused about the nomenclature.
okay.
So it's a little bit messy. Version 2 and Origin are the exact same thing.
Right. Okay, so we got a very interesting game on our hands here. We got a bug at the front. Roadfill has changed his lineup. He's got not an immortal plant. It's actually a serious plant in the middle and a double talk bird in the back. So this is the same situation. If that double talk bird in the back dies at any point, this game's over once again. Because the numbing Lechon in the middle is gonna destroy that plant. It's all melee cards.
That frontliner took a lot of damage in round 1. Roadfill already in kind of a rocky position here. Gonna use the egg in the back, so that will keep his frontliner alive. And I don't think it's gonna sacrifice his bird. It'll take a lot of damage, but it will survive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he should know there's 3 energy on Eruption. If Eruption actually played 3 cards, it'll be awkward, but
Yeah, this is high
he's
risk.
gambling here. Okay, another crit. All right. Roadfill gets it this time. Wasn't chained with another card, so it didn't do as much damage. Oh my goodness.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. Gets the cactus back, and Roadfill, he keeps all 3 Axies alive. Running low on the HP.
No. Roadfill was thinking about playing the post fight. This is the problem. You make that egg play, now your post fight is a useless card. Like, he actually has 2 completely dead cards in this game because he knows at any point if he uses post fight, the game's over. Like, the game's just completely over because your midliner can't stand against the Gravelant plant.
Oh, this is
Yikes.
tricky. This is really tricky.
Yeah. So he's going with the double talk first, and then the egg is going to come out from Eruption, which is going to pull away the follow-up damage. Oh, there's nothing to pull away. It's just dead. 250 damage. It blew him up.
Wow. I think you and Eric had the same reaction as a slight chuckle. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, the crits.
Well,
Yeah, you love to hate it. You know, it's
honestly though, I actually personally love the new crits. Like,
it's
I think
better. It's a step.
It's so much better, like infinitely better.
Yeah,
You know,
I
don't even feel that bad if I get credit anymore.
Yeah,
So-
it's all progress. I think I'd be lying if I said we've got it completely perfect, but I think we're making steps in the right
Yeah,
direction. So
Definitely.
that's a good sign. Sirius here, not gonna find a steal, and Roadfill. This feels kind of unwinnable from the current position that he's at. This cactus is gonna do big damage. He's got no healing potential. He's got the double all-out shout now.
Again, he
All-out
can't
shot,
play it.
rather. And yeah,
He
like
can't
that.
play it.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's a double dead card kind of thing. So
Exactly.
he just has no options here.
And here you can even go with the balloon, like egg balloon or something, and that's a solid play too because you attack after the bird, and you also saw the Biden's already come out. He wants to do that. Just gonna go with the zigzags instead and just heal up after this damage.
Yep,
Oh,
fair
this
enough.
is rough for Roadfill. Yep, Eruption. It looks like he's gonna be going into the winner bracket finals here, Sayori.
Yo, Eric Ty, man. From Wikipedia article to winner bracket finals in the Axie Creator Cup. This man is accelerating through life at warp speed. Easy. He turned the hat backwards, you see. That's how you know it's really on.
Someone
Yeah.
who's good at almost everything he touches.
Yeah, it's true.
Must be nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So remember, this is upper bracket, folks. So no elimination here. Roadfill will live to see another day, and he'll have to battle his way through the gauntlet that is elimination in the best of threes down low. So he'll be dancing his way into some other matchups.
Yeah, I believe he's gonna be playing against Cha.
That'll actually be a really good matchup as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cha, the Kookoo Eliminator.
Just kill it. He's gonna kill himself off here, right? With the post fight. Just do it. Just throw the post fight out.
I have totally done that in my solo queue games before when you know it's over. I'm going to go out on my terms, all right? And there's
Okay, you know what?
Eruption shadow boxing
He's-
over there. He knows.
He's trying, you know? He's like, okay, I'm just gonna play this double talks, maybe I get some crits in here, and I kill off this plant, then I'm faster than this bird, maybe that's my out, and maybe that bird doesn't have any cards, but yeah, we know he has cards.
Wow. Look at Eruption. Look at that. There's a term for that in poker when you like know you've got the winning hand and you like take your time just to be extra cheeky. That's what we just saw right there. You see that the countdown to hit the button? I love it, dude. You know, honestly, for Eruption, I mean, congratulations, well fought. And if you tuned into that series late, you might look at Eruption and go, man, that guy's kind of toxic. Remember, Roadfill started it. You remember how it started in game one. He was dancing, he was jiggling, he was taunting. I mean, he was really trying to get inside of Eric's head. And Eric, he stayed true. And look at that. He's pointing to the Axie community. Well-deserved now, heading up to the winter bracket finals. Big stuff there. Another exciting series. 3-1, the final score for that best of 5.
Yep. And I mean, Eruption, like he lost that first game, but he knew that his team was still strong. It was still better. And that was just like a one kind of like fortunate game where, again, like he overperformed on that Arco Aqua, right? Like that shouldn't have happened. That was like almost literally perfect. And then after that, like this Gravelant mid plant seems impossible to deal with for most of the teams that are in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, though, man, watching that series, it's making me want to go buy some birds after this. I've got like 1 or 2 birds in my collection. I think my original set of Axies was Plant Beast Bird. It had Eggshell, but didn't have Dark Swoop. So I picked one up that had Dark Swoop. But man, I feel like I got to get some more Eggshell back in my life. I love the amount of mind games that you can present. I love the kind of gameplay where like your backliner isn't your backliner. You know, like that. The flexibility of having this bird in the back with a plant in the middle. If everything works out, you can just play that bird like a regular backliner. And if that moment comes where you're like, hey, let's sacrifice this thing, you can just do it. And then all of a sudden your midliner becomes your backliner in the 1v1. And it gives you so many options, man. Absolutely love it.
Oh, birds are amazing. They're just so powerful. Eggshell is just like one of the best cards in the entire game. And but unfortunately, it only really works with birds. Like you can't really utilize it that well on other Axies, though. But like birds who play it, like it's just incredibly good. It reminds me a lot of like Oracle, you know, in Dota, where like it's got crazy amount of damage, and then you can save your teammates with it, or you can save yourself or whatever. Like, I mean, you can't really save yourself as a bird, but yeah, like just by not using it, you're gonna stay alive. Like your opponent always has to think about you all the time.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Okay, buddy. Well, up next, we've got Jillian versus Hezelya. You just saw the bracket. It's progressing. We're making it. That's Eruption moving on forward. And now the winner of this series, Jillian versus Hezelya. They'll be up against Eruption. This is another best of 5, and this is a big one. Hezelya put Kookoo down to the lower bracket. Jillian had that 2-0 over Cha. Both of them looking very strong, and they had their game faces on, dude. They came to play, they came to win, and well, only one of them going to be able to win this series.
Yeah, this is going to be, I really do believe this is going to be the closest series so far. Both of these, you know, players are very competitive, and I'm looking forward to maybe some of the other teams as well that are other Axies that they've brought, and see how it goes. They've been playing extremely well. Like I've overall been impressed with the decision making from these players so far.
Yeah, definitely has been a pretty high caliber of gameplay, which is really promising. You know, I think what's cool about Axie Esports is that it has this really high ceiling, but we have a lot of potential to change the game a little bit, you know, to make esports more than just the 0.0001% of upper elites that win all the prize money. With the blockchain and the use of Ronin and the fact that your game account is basically, you know, your bank account when it comes to crypto, there's a lot of really cool ways that we could have like open qualifiers that have some sort of automated prizing where your prize purse like increases in small increments every time you win a round, right? Even if we could find a way to pay out to the top 5% or top 10% of esports competitors in a big kind of league or qualifier format, that would be a game changer. Like that hasn't really existed in traditional esports. So we really are at the tip of the iceberg here. And events like this, part of the goal is trying to, you know, connect esports to the more casual audience, people that, you know, might be fans of these content creators and, you know, are enjoying seeing, you know, esports with a twist, you know, esports with a little bit of content mixed in. And seems like it's working. At least the Filipino stream over on the Axie Infinity Facebook has been popping off, buddy. I'll tell you what. Here we go. Jillian and Hezelya looking fly on both sides.
Yeah, I going back to a previous point we were talking about, I really want to see like a sit and go kind of, tournament style in Axie. Like just being able to load it up, pay some SLP to enter a tournament, get paid for top 3. Like that, I think that's gonna fast track esports more than anything else, honestly. Like just having that, not only just arena, but like that competitive aspect where like you can kind of prepare for the people that you're gonna play against, or kind of know who each person is and whatnot, and just like being able to sit there and play all day, like if you want to. And
like Battle Cup vibes, It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Construct is different than Arena, and I totally get why people get burned out of Arena. And here we go, smiles, big faces, big waves. Hezelya excited, Jillian excited. I love the styles. I absolutely love it. I don't know what you call the top that Jillian has, but big fan. Very, very much blue versus red. Love the themes as well. Oh, this is going to be a good one, dude. We got a whole best of 5 ahead of us.
Is Jillian like that small, or is she just like her seat low? I couldn't tell.
Hard to tell.
Because they were saying the smallest player earlier when they were talking. So that's I was just wondering, maybe she's just having some fun with it. I mean, I that's the other thing. Like these guys, they just like trying to bring out their personalities as well, right? Like outside of the game, they're so fun, like just happy-go-lucky, and then like when it gets into the game, like they're that they're very serious with how they're playing and all the decisions that they're making and stuff like that, and they get actually affected as well when stuff happens. I'm just happy that when the crits come, like they're just having fun with it too.
And here we are, game number 1. We're gonna jump right in. Jillian on the right, Hezelya on the left, and we got some Scarab back in here.
Turn 1 post fight. I really don't know how I like that. You typically need to save that post fight to be able to kill, like to remove the stun from the fish snack. So using it turn 1 like this, for me, it's a little bit awkward. But she is able to use as many cards as she possibly can against his double discard team.
Okay. Some discard, some sandal. Sirius going to be at the end of the chain and not going to yield any effective results. Now, I also want to throw out here, I'm looking at Jillian's Facebook, and she is her Facebook link is facebook.com/midjillian. And it looks like that she's a mid laner for a League of Legends team. So we got a little Dota versus League action here. Hezelya, the
damn.
Dota player, and Jillian, the League of Legends, Valorant, and Mobile Legends player. Damn, dude, this is for some MOBA pride here, as well as some Axie pride.
Well, we got the names wrong on the screen right now, but it is Hezelya on the other side, on the right side.
You're right. You can see the colors under them, like a red and black.
Yeah, like I want Hezelya to win because she's coming from Dota 2, but she's in a really bad matchup right now. Ooh, that crit does hurt.
Okay, he's gonna get the double cactus though, so does find the kill there.
So I can quiz you here, Zayari. Wait, Jillian is on the right side? Oh, so that's Jillian's team. Oh, so Jillian is in a bad matchup. Okay, never mind. Let's go Dota 2.
Yeah, so now we have the overlays right. This is correct. So our bird's going to do a lot of damage here. And yes, it does look like Hazel is in a very good spot. It's going to be some big damage into this bug midliner.
Yeah, as soon as she gets through this bug, like the game's just, you know what happens, right?
Yeah.
There's a card there that, yeah. Oh my goodness, another crit. But I mean, this is from the other side at least.
Yeah, that'll balance it out, sort of, if that's how it works. And a little bit of zigzag in the front. But yeah, this midliner from Hazel, the gravel ant in the back, that's the card we're talking about. It's big, it's nasty.
And definitely both these players have been watching the previous series and got like a better understanding of, okay, well, this team's kind of OP. Maybe I should prioritize this Axie on my team. And that's what they're going with.
Can this backliner from Jillian actually make a run? It's got Pocky, so it does have some damage. But it just doesn't matter against the Gravant, right? This is just another one of these kind of hard counter scenarios as soon as this bug is down. I'm like trying to big brain, like, all right, what can Jillian do here? And the answer is Zyori, Gravel Ant.
But this is not bad, though, from Jillian. This was actually an incredibly smart decision on her end. Like, not playing the Fishknack, getting the discards right now. Like, Jillian's plan is to try to burst this plant right now. Like,
and this might work, actually.
Yeah, this is gonna work. Like, you play the 2 Pockies for sure to get the kill, and a Biden's with it, right? And then next turn you can play a Biden's and live. Like, the only thing that needs to happen now is Jillian to be able to live through this turn and the next turn against that bird.
So do you play a zigzag here, assuming that some damage is going to come out, or is that just overkill? Oh, you don't have. She doesn't have the energy.
No,
okay, she
doesn't have the energy. You got to play both of the Pockies here.
Yeah, you're right. This is totally right.
Yeah, but this is a significant
no
amount
heal.
of shield.
Again, she got big value out of that Scarab. Actually,
Exactly.
That's 2 zigzags it prevented.
I'm telling you, like 177.
Wow.
Yep, double Pockies, dead, and like.
Wow, Jillian.
Oh, she redrew another Graveland though. Okay.
But didn't draw any bird cards.
Didn't draw any bird cards. You're right. You're right.
So the Gravant does really hurt, but you're going to have at least 1 dead card from the Bidens. This is a weird situation. Is Jillian going to be able to win this?
I think Jillian's got this. Oh, the double post fight. That's amazing. So I think you definitely just play both of the post fights here. And then...
Oh my, what a card draw.
Yeah.
You just go for it?
But this is the thing though. Now there's going to be a big shield coming out from that plant, and you have these little owls in your deck. If you draw even 1 little owl, it's going to be awkward. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. It was so close.
It's like from amazing card draw to, game losing card draw. Oh, it was so close. This was a serious matchup, dude. Game 1 does not disappoint.
Dude, that play from Jillian was actually insane. Not using the Fishknack to stay alive longer, making sure you get the discard out on whatever card is left in their hand, and then the Scarab to set up your plant for the following turn. That was crazy. Like,
yeah,
like she played to her outs. That was like a top tier level gameplay right there from Jillian. That's all I can say.
Unbelievable, dude. No, these girls came to win, and they clearly prepared for this. You know, neither of these two decided to go for the coaching session that we offered, but I understand why, dude. They were doing some prep on their own. Maybe they had their own coaches. Like, sorry, Zyori, all right, I don't need your coach. I've already got it on lockdown. I'm good. I don't want my strats getting intermixed with your strats. I got my own thing going on. That was just game 1, dude. That
was a very impressive game. I think, again, like, that was another game where, you know, one team slightly overperformed, I would say, because she does have the Scarab, right, in the midline, which was really strong. What I would like to see is maybe Hazel going for some kind of like a bug splat, like a Sando midliner, and putting that Graveland plant all the way in the back, so that the Sando bug will interact with your opponent bug in the mid game, and then the plants will interact with one another in the late game. So that would be pretty cool. So they both changed teams. Ooh.
Yeah, Jillian on the left, Hazel on the right. So we've got the turnip sniper here in the middle for Jillian.
Wow.
And actually does get the matchup against Hazel's bird. We got Axie Kiss dual blades in the middle for Hazel. This is very interesting. And both with the cattail up front. Very nice. And these birds are exactly the same. These are literally mere birds of each other.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then the post fight that Jillian just used made it so that she will be the one to be able to use the egg first, which could be very important. But Hazel gets the owl first. Oh my goodness. So Jillian doesn't get the owl. with another post fight. Hazel does. She's gonna be able to snap that bird off before the turnip comes out too.
This is so tense,
yeah,
dude.
you know, honestly, it's a little bit redundant playing like turnip and owl on the same team, but now Hazel looks like she's in a pretty good position with this mech against both of these plants. It's just a matter of getting this bird killed off now, so that you will draw more cards on the mech, and you still need more energy as well.
But there is a Serious on the side of Jillian, so something that Hazel's going to have to play around here. Looks like Hazel is just going to go for big damage on the mech. Yeah, try to bring down this frontliner who is going to go ahead and preemptively zigzag.
Where's the post fight though? She's going to need a post fight. Hazel will need a post fight like to kill off this plant. And there it is. One post fight is being used.
Or double. She's going to use 2.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Like you want to make sure that your bird gets nice and low, so you, like when the egg does come out, you will be able to get the bird killed off. Plus, you can always expect a turnip as well, possibly to come out. If you're Jillian though, you don't want to be using turnip. Like you just want to try whatever you can to kill that mech. But right now, Jillian is in a horrible situation.
Oh, last stand comes out, 2 ticks there, so something else she's going to have to deal with. No egg on the bird. And Jillian
doesn't want to use 3 cards to kill off that bird. That's Jillian's problem right now. And Hazel knows that if she just passes, like Jillian has to go through that plant, right? There's no zero cost. There's no Bidens to remove the last stand bars.
Yeah. I think this is the right play. Oh,
this is
indecisive here. This is tough.
It's like you're damned if you do, like, or if you don't. Yeah, you're like, it's not fun here for. Oh wow. Okay, so Hazel actually goes for a Sando plus the cattail play. I can't say I'm a fan of that, honestly.
Right, Hazel has the 1 energy advantage right now.
Yeah.
And the speed advantage. And it's a mech versus a plant. So I think Hazel's in a pretty good spot. This is a tough one for me to read, though. There is, decent tank here.
Nah, it's gonna be fine. Next turn, Hazel is just gonna draw the other cards. She's already used both of the mouth cards that are gonna be turned off now. It's unlikely she's gonna be drawing the Axie Kisses. So now it's gonna be, redrew one of the Axie Kisses actually. But again, Jillian only has 2 energy, so
yeah. Limited options. Okay, you're totally right. This should be Hazel's game. No crit. We're going to last another round, but 34 HP. Jillian going to be out of options on this one. No Axie Kiss again.
Whew, that's like, that's Hazel's like, sigh of relief right there.
Yeah.
Getting that win here. This is a very, very competitive series here, Sayori. We're 1-1. Both players are changing it up with their rosters.
Yeah.
I wonder what we're going to see
Wouldn't
next.
be surprised if we'll see some more adaptations. Both these gals have a pretty deep pool, and it seems like they're pretty comfortable playing a diverse set of Axies. Like, it makes me really confident that in game 2, both of them switch something up. Like, it just speaks to me that they're not limited by depth of Axie here, and we're going to see some layers to this. Like, is this our contender for game 5 here? I think there's certainly potential.
Right. I just don't know how I like that little owl and the turnip Axie together. They're doing the same exact job. They're going to be killing the same Axies off, aiming for that bird. It just seemed a little bit redundant. Plus, playing that turnip Axie when you just saw a Gravelant plant the previous turn is very, very bold. So,
yeah. And remind me, the bird target, it's fastest, right? So turnip targets birds always when comboed.
Yes.
And dark swoop always targets the fastest.
Fastest Axie.
So it really is like that. Both of those are going to be the bird. So you're right. It actually, maybe you could get away with 2 different targeting mechanics if they kind of cover different bases. But in that sense, these feel very much like pretty much the exact same mechanic. Let's be real.
Oh,
here we
running
go.
it back. The same exact team, Jillian. I am very surprised.
Okay.
And look
I
at that.
guess another way you can frame it, though, is 2 different ways to finish off this bird. Like, if you could use the turnip combo to kill the bird, I guess you could still use the dark soup combo to kill the neck.
Oh my goodness. She has it again. Hazel has it again. She's got the combo. She has the full combo. What? No way. Jillian is going to be on full tilt after this play. Tell you that right now.
Wait, are they both going to go for the back door here?
They are, because they both have the cards, right? Like, this is the correct play to make. But
Yeah.
Hazel has the full clip with the post fight at the end there. Like, drawing the little owl and the post fight. Jillian... Like, I'd be so tilted right now if I saw this.
Wow. Unbelievable here.
Unbelievable. Jillian
That's
just scratching her head.
way to
She's
start
like,
game 3, all right.
What do I do now, guys?
I'm both going to be completely out of energy. Sirius not going to yield much. And, man, just living life on the edge with that bird. Low HP, but happy as a clam. And Jillian's got Zigzag on this front liner. It'll heal up a little bit, but feels kind of underwhelming.
And it's gonna be the mech show very soon. The fireworks are gonna be coming out.
Yeah. These mechs just do so much damage against the plants. It's brutal. Double cattail. Trading damage on the frontliners. And Jillian actually gonna go for the serious play.
It looks like Hazel's gonna make sure that she secures the kill on this plant, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. 2 draws for Jill. She's gonna steal that last energy, so she is going into this last round with 3 energy here. That's one good thing.
Generally, though, Sirius in this 1v1 situation, or this 1v2 situation, is not great. You're kind of playing with 3 parts.
Right. So this is a situation where I know my opponent has 2 energy. I would try to just play like 1 attack, expecting the eggshell to come out. Because with 2 hot butts and a cactus, like, that is not going to be enough to kill this mech.
If there was the double cactus, maybe.
Yeah. But if you get the crit, though, that's a whole nother story.
Well, sure. Okay, and the egg does come
Yeah.
out, so
Drop the egg.
you were totally right. Just going to be an overplay here to kill this bird. And now we're in the 1v1. Not great for the plant. This mech is about to deliver the payload, it looks like. This is some serious damage coming out.
It's a very serious damage. Now, there is a chance that Hazel might just draw 2 Axie Kisses. No, it doesn't matter. The hairs end up drawing you 2 cards anyway.
Completely covers your bases.
Yeah.
That's part of why hair is so good in these 1v1s.
It's amazing. It's actually such an amazing card. That's it. We're going to game 3. Hazel up 2-1.
2-1 indeed. Will Jillian be able to take us to an ace match, the game 5 decider, or will it be another 3-1? Hazel with another sigh of relief. Look at that. She lets it loose, throws the hair back. You can see the stress evaporating with the win.
Yeah. Might want to hold on to, that victory dance for now, because it's still a best of 5. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she thought it was best of 3. No, she definitely knows it was a best of 5. She definitely knows.
I hope they know.
Yeah.
So we've had a few talks about it at this point, but we did change it. There were a few more best of 5s in the lower bracket that we altered to best of 3s because we wanted to save a little bit of time. I think it was the right call because things are definitely I wouldn't even say going slowly, but it's the classic. It's so funny because I made this mistake The very first Heroes of New Earth Land that I ever cast, 2012 DreamHack Summer. They took the average match length of a pub game and then used that in the schedule for like how long the matches would take for our tournament. And of course, when the teams are playing on LAN, they play super, super conservative. If there's even a 3% chance to win and it's elimination, they're going to hold out as long as they can. Nobody concedes early, all that kind of stuff. So the average tournament match was like 50 or 60% longer than the average like pub match. And I fear I might have made that same mistake here where I thought, oh yeah, best of threes, dude, they could take 10 minutes if it's a quick 2-0 blowout. And we've sort of seen the opposite here, like very slow, methodical play, players taking their time every turn. And here we are back in round one. Speak of the devil, these players ready to jump back in here.
Oh, it looks like Jill has also switched into a mech of her own. And let's see if Jill actually takes a page out of Hazel's book here and goes for the post fight on turn 1-2 to bring herself lower health. But it doesn't really look like it. I don't know. This is going to come down to who gets the little owl first.
Okay.
Whoever gets the little owl first and snaps off the bird, that they're going to win. Because now it's like a complete mirror matchup.
It really is. This is about as close to mirror as you can get. We got like a zigzag difference here on the front liner. Sandal instead of Biden's.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Jillian expecting a possible little owl to come out. Plus, she's actually lower health on Hazel's side. Like, is going for the egg pigeon post play to just try to get some value from this bird first. But I feel like if you do this, you're putting yourself in a really bad spot if you let your bird die. Because you need your bird to kill your opponent bird, or else, you know, the other team, like Hazel's just going to win.
Right. Whoever's bird dies first is in a much worse position.
Exactly, exactly. So this was a nice play. I believe Jillian's bird ID is lower. So this is where IDs of Axies are so important, right? So they both have the same health. That means it's going to go to Axie ID. And yeah, Jillian's is lower. And there it is. The owl comes out.
Wow.
Gonna snap off the bird.
219 to 219. And the speed difference will, or the ID difference will actually come into play.
Yep.
And it's funny because with plant tanks, it's the opposite, right? You want the highest ID because you want to go last. But with birds, obviously going first is the huge advantage.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Exactly. And then this, and look at that. Jillian also going to follow up with the 2 hairs like into this plant as well. Start chipping away at that plant. Jeez. Hazel is in an awful position now. Doesn't get any hair value though, because her own bird is the one who attacked first, but that's okay.
And no heal on this front.
Oh no! The mech too is gonna get snapped off. The next volley of attacks from the bird.
Oh boy. And here we go. See you later, Mr. Mech. Is this going to be enough damage?
Yep,
I certainly think so.
Most definitely.
It is way more than enough. And it is looking like a game 5 is going to be imminent.
Yep. You see that smirk on Jillian's face after this one? Must feel so nice after those last 2 games, which felt probably so miserable with the plants. And now we're going to game 5.
I love it, dude. We thought this semifinals would deliver, and boy, did it. And I see Jillian, a little golf clap for herself. Very much in the zone, a true competitor. I like in that game too, like, you know, a lot of the other players, they've been hunched forward, body language, they're like sitting over the phone. I don't know if you noticed, but she was kicking back, dude. She was like, all right, let's undo this chair. Let's just get back here. Yeah, easy game, easy life. We're just winning some Axie, free AXS. Thank you very much. I love it, dude. It's just like that no stress kind of body language there. You got to pace yourself, dude. This is a marathon, not a sprint. This is a long event. If you're going to make it to the finals, you're playing a lot of Axie, and it's a pretty long day. You know, their call time was like 8 o'clock this morning, and it's what, 4 p.m., 3 p.m. in the Philippines, something like that. So it's already been a long day for these players, and there's still a bit to go in this bracket, my friend.
Yeah, like that turn 2, especially for Jillian, like she was so afraid of that little owl possibly coming out. She was thinking of just going through the front, killing off that plant with like using egg and everything. And then, her senses came back to her. And she's like, hold on, if my bird dies, I just lose. There's no way I can win this game after that. So she held off, went to turn 3 after using the post-fight, knows that her Axie ID is lower on her bird, and manages to clutch the win. Like it's so good. Like that's what you need. Sometimes you also need that little bit of luck, right? Like you drawing the little owl, opponent not drawing the little owl as well, maximizing your odds. And now we got ourselves a game 5.
Yeah, no, it's not just about crits, right? That is one random element, but still deck draw, or card draw rather, deck order, all that stuff. It really matters. And in these mirror matchup, it matters more than ever. We've seen that in mirror matchups, not only with birds, but like with beasts. Who's going to get that combo, right? Back when we used to see the rimps a little more commonly, who gets the card draw, who gets it off and is able to get the kill and then also get that energy gain as a return. It's such a ridiculous advantage if you can find that kill first.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't normally see the problems with like the Axie IDs lately, but that was a big one. And I think we're into game 5 now. Looks like both players are.
Wow, taking it easy, playing the drums on the desk, man.
Yeah. Oh, there
Hazel
it is.
is not tilted at all.
Who is that? Jillian going in for the kill already on the bird? I mean, this is not going to be enough damage to kill it.
Gosh.
But you can stop the bird from being able to use the post fight. Oh no, he doesn't have a hero. Oh no, Hazel's bird is dead. There was a hero there. I didn't even notice the follow-up. The 0-cost hero killing off the bird. That's it.
Wow. Okay, so we were just talking about how much the card draw matters in the mirror matchup. My gosh, I don't think we could have been more on point with that bit of analysis. That was it right there, folks. You just saw it. Wow. A clip says, a picture says 1,000 words, a clip says 1,000,000. There you go.
And
very tough for Hazel now. This is a very bad spot to be in. She has a small energy advantage. It's a +2, but kind of pales in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to wait now for your beast to get cards and then just destroy that plant, then the bird will take care of the mech later. Just another turn where you pass. It's just a waiting game at this point for Jillian.
Slow and steady. And you can see Hazel indecisive here.
She knows she's on a timer and needs something to happen.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure what's the most optimal play. I think Jillian's going to pass regardless. And does she have the damage to even kill this plant tank if she plays out completely? I think so. It'd be pretty close.
So one good benefit for Hazel is that her mech is faster than Jillian's mech. So if next turn Jillian doesn't get the full combo like on this bird to kill off that mech, there's a good chance Hazel will be able to snap this mech. And she doesn't get it. Hang on. Hold on. We thought it was over, but first of all, Jillian didn't get the mech cards until it's too late. Like it's
oh my gosh.
It was actually too late. And then Jillian also didn't get the second little owl to be able to kill the mech.
Is she going to play out the cards, though? This could be so bad. Does Hazel have the damage here? I think so.
That's it. That mech
That's
is
going
gone.
to be game, dude. Jillian just played out, and she loses 4 cards.
Okay, so Jillian now needs to kill this plant, because the plant is the real problem, right? The mech just played all of its cards over the last, 3 turns.
And it has the speed advantage over the mech. So
yeah.
If it kills the plant here, it can go first again.
So you have to kill that. You have to kill
has the
this.
damage, right?
Yeah,
we've got enough here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is tense, dude. This is going to come down to the wire.
Okay, so it's going to do damage. It's only 109. She has it. Jillian has
Jillian's got it. She's got the damage straight up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
That was so
unbelievable.
close. That was way too close.
Oh.
Jillian knows. Oh my god, that was so close. Like, that literally came down to whether that plant was gonna be able to have enough shield or not to live through and do some damage. And Jillian made the correct play. She did not go for the backline kill onto the mech. She knew the mech has run out of cards, went through the front, killed the plant first, and then knew that she'll draw more cards to be able to kill off the mech the following turn.
Wow. What an amazing series, though. A great best of 5. It goes the distance. Congratulations, Jillian. And something about that closing shot, man, just warms my heart. I love to see the sportsmanship. I love to see the two girls jump up immediately, hug each other after a battle well fought, and just recognize how steep that competition was. Very, very impressive stuff. And man, it's not over yet. That was upper bracket, baby. Both of them still alive in the tournament. Very exciting. We are going to take a commercial break, though. That was a long stretch. Thank you for your patience. This tournament's not done yet. We're going to be back in 5 minutes. We're going to have another icebreaker game, and then the Axie Creator Cup continues after this.